turned on. We just looked at a lot of gay shit for our break, and apparently Egg is now turned on. We're ready and turned on. Well, in Egg's case, anyway. Hey, what do you mean? I'm just reading your words. Hey. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying your words. I'm just saying them out loud, you know. Don't shoot me. Okay? And now we have looked at all the gay. We have looked at all of the gay. We've looked at the gay of gay. And I want to kiss the clown. I don't know who he is still. Apparently Clown Pierce. Can I give him a smooch? He's a hot-looking clown, and all I've seen is his blocky skin.
I used to dream of being the champion of Parkour Civilization, but now I am. And I gotta admit, being the champion is pretty awesome. Since I'm the best at parkour, I make the rules of Parkour Civilization. When I was at the bottom level, I always thought that parkouring to the top would lead to a better life. But now under my rule, people can actually live that better life.
You know what?
We fear the clowns back then, now we sexualize them. Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! We are sexualizing these hot-ass clowns tonight! Yeah! It should be the opposite.
But Evbo, you are so humble. I bet it's no coincidence that—
Look, it's the black dude! It's the black dude from the gay fan art that we saw! It's him! It's him! The black dude from the gay fan art! I don't know his name! I'm saying police! No. I'm saying the black dude because I genuinely do not know this guy's name. And all I see is a black skin. It's a black dude from the gay fan art.
everything in Parkour Civilization is now Evbo themed?
Okay, I'll admit the Evbo theme was intentional, but let's be honest, you would totally do the same if you were the champion.
I thought the green was to just be more nature themed. I didn't really click it in my brain that it was Evbo themed. I was thinking nature. Nature! You know, I wasn't really thinking of Evbo, I was thinking of nature.
I mean, I don't know if that will ever happen.
Oh, you think that's funny? Let's parkour battle right now and see who wins. I can't wait to be the new champion.
Okay, come on, let's
How
be
do I
real
acquire
here. You
this?
versus me? I mean, you do remember our last battle, right? I mean, oh, that was
I
No!
think you're just scared because you don't practice parkour anymore.
Alright, if you think you can out-parkour me, let's go for a battle. Honestly, you might be right. I don't even think I'm that good anymore. Whoa, was that a 3-block jump with a 360?
What?
No way I can do that again, right? Anyways, you still want to battle?
Oh, no, fine. Alright, you're still the best.
We
Oh,
all
this
make
poor guy
mistakes.
can't
It's
do
okay.
360s.
Like I said, being the best in Parkour Civilization
There we
is
go.
kind of awesome. Not
was
only
trying
did
to
I
fix
save
my
the
chair.
world, but now I have the power to change things for the better.
This motherfucker did not put his bandana on the champion statue. This motherfucker did not put the bandana on his head on the no fucking way. That's a little bit egotistical, good sir. That's a little bit egotistical, but okay, I'll let you have it.
Since I defeated the evil champion, I undid all of the corrupt rules that destroyed Parkour Civilization, and now life is totally different. So, this is how it works now in my civilization. Every new player spawns at the bottom level of Parkour Civilization as a parkour noob. There, they will learn how life works in Parkour Civilization and probably fail their first jumps. But even if they do, it's okay, because they'll just spawn
He
right—
is the champion, it's kind of fair. Yeah. We'll let him have it. He started off as a noob and then became a champion. We'll let him have it. Let him be. He deserves it.
back inside the parkour temple. Once a noob gets more experienced in parkour, they can attempt the course to rank up to try to get to the next level of Parkour Civilization. And yes, I made sure this course was actually possible and not some evil way to make sure that people never ranked up. If a noob completes the course, they get their iron boots and they become a parkour pro. Now, they're on the second level of parkour civilization, and the jumps are harder than the bottom level. As a pro, if you miss a single jump, you'll fall back down to the noob level and you'll lose your rank. The only way to get back up is to do the course again. But if you can handle all of the jumps at the pro level, you can try to make the course to go even higher in parkour civilization. The course to rank up is impossibly hard, and if you miss one jump, you'll die and lose your rank. But if somehow you succeed, you get your gold boots and you rank up to become a parkour master. Only the best players in parkour civilization can survive the difficulty of jumps up here. But it doesn't stop there, because the only goal in parkour civilization is to make it to the top, to become the champion. There's only one champion, and the only way to become one is to beat the champion in a parkour battle. Which is me again. Man, I can't stop saying it. But I even changed the rules for myself, so if I miss a single jump and I die, I'll rank down and become a parkour master again. And to be honest, I still haven't figured out who would be the next champion after me if that ever happened. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, when's the last time I've missed a jump? No! Please! Oh, okay, I'm gonna pretend I almost didn't just lose everything I worked for. You see, I could have just used my totem of undying and been fine, but
You said that at such the perfect time. He fell to nearly his death, and you go, "Don't get full of yourself."
as the champion, things are a little different. I mean, I got a reputation to maintain. I can't have people going around thinking I can't make a water bucket. But speaking of reputation, so much of my time has been spent trying to rebuild Parkour City for the better. Now, life works a lot differently as a parkour master. The first big change I made was to the parkour bank. When I was a master, you could only get blocks if you completed daily tasks. But after seeing what life was like back in the old days, I decided to make blocks free again. Now,
Back in the old days, motherfucker is going, back in my day.
Parkour masters can get as many blocks as they want, and they don't have to do daily tasks. I even updated the second floor to the parkour bank. Masters can now get whatever they need to build the hardest jumps in parkour civilization. But the biggest change was bringing back totems of undying. Totems are free, but you're only allowed to have one at a time. I didn't want people grabbing like 20 of these and living forever and never ranking down, so one is the max. The next change I made was to the food supply. When I was a master, you had to build your own jumps to get food, and I was not a fan of that system because I almost starved because of it. So getting food is now different as a parkour master. Now you have to do 2 4-block jumps if you want to get food. Every day, masters can make these jumps to get 3 golden carrots. Or if you're like me and you're the parkour champion, you never lose hunger, so no need to do these jumps. Alright, well, I guess some parkour pros about to be eating good today. And of course, even if you do get the food, you still have to make the 2 4-block jumps to get back. Now, onto the part that I don't really have figured out yet, and that's buying skyscrapers. When I was a master, I did 2 360s to buy a skyscraper, so I kind of like the idea of building a jump to buy a house. But the problem is that there are no more daily tasks, so I don't know who's gonna sell the houses. Okay, I don't have everything figured out yet, but this is my favorite part of Parkour City. The new parkour arena. Being a noob or being a pro is just about building your parkour skills.
Getting trained to jump like a horse is fucking crazy. Like, even though he's fixed, like, the shitty parkour system, the class system is still there. You're jumping like a horse. You're training yourself to jump like a horse. But to be fair, all he has ever known is the class system, so I cannot blame him for keeping it, because that is literally all he's ever known.
Becoming a master is when you actually have to learn how to fight with parkour. And this is the new place to do it. Up here, masters have everything they need to challenge each other to parkour battles. They can battle for fun, or they can battle to the death. I haven't really figured out if I should set a rule on that. But anyways, this is also the place that masters go to if they want to challenge me to become the parkour champion. But I probably gotta change some things because I was not ready for the first day. Alright, well, parkour battles are open to the public. Oh, look at that, I already got some challengers. Wait, how many? Bro, what? How many people want to challenge me? I realized that masters usually never saw the parkour champion, so this was new to them.
Hello, Champion Evbo. I can't wait to die in this parkour battle.
Oh yeah, good luck to you too. Wait, what? Alright, let's do this. Parkour battle starts now.
Oh my god! Champion Evbo! It's such a pleasure to meet you! Please kill me! Oh my god! Oh, my head hurts from that. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. At least he's honest? Yeah, at least he's honest. Like, oh my god! It's the champion! Hi, Champion Embo! Oh my god, please kill me in a parkour battle, please, champion! That's a green trait, I guess. That's a green flag. That's a green flag on that green alien. That's a green flag. Wowzers!
Wait. Can you please attack me with a 360 jump?
You want?
He's actively asking. He's actively asking for a 360 jump. He's like, please, champion. Please, champion, give me a 360. Hit me with that 360. Give me that best shot. Hit me with your best shot, please, champion. Sadomasochism on jumping. Alien sadomasochism parkour. Parkour sadomasochism. Let's go. There are 4 original words left after saying alien parkour sadomasochism.
Me to attack you with a 360?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Bro is begging for it. He's like, please, pretty please.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. Bro, what is going on? Can this guy do a 360? Alright, I'm attacking you with a 3-block 360 jump.
No way, you actually did the 360.
He's gonna get blown out of this world in this move. He's gonna...
I am so confused. What is this parkour battle? Wait, you didn't even try it.
I know. I get to die by the champion Evbo's 360. This is the best day ever.
You...
my brain. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Oh my goodness. So many people. The depravity. He is a depraved parkour individual, this little nincompoop. He's gonna go up to the other people and be like, you guys are not gonna believe what happened. I got defeated in a parkour battle by the champion with his 360. With his 360, I'm gonna lose my brain.
Wanted to... Oh, shoot. Okay, this is so weird. If this is how all of the challenges are gonna go, I need to make some new rules on parkour battles. Overall, it's safe to say that things are going great in
He's
parkour
horny.
civilization. People are now free and...
I'm gonna say that as a joke, and someone's just gonna come up to me and be like, that Minecraft player was a minor. You are now problematic. Bro, I was making a joke. I don't know any of these people. I swear if someone comes up to me and says shit like that after I say a fucking he's horny joke, I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't know any of these people. Let me say my jokes in peace.
Life is what it should be like. But even though things are going so well, there's still one small
All I see is alien on my screen. He's being a little Sado freak.
thing I haven't been able to wrap my head around. At the edge of parkour
Boing, boing.
civilization, there's a bridge that leads to nowhere. My friend who found this said that this wasn't here before, meaning that whatever or whoever made this must have done it recently. The thing is
Yo, it's your toxic boyfriend.
that
We didn't see Siwa die. We didn't see Siwa die. We didn't see Siwa die, so it's his toxic boyfriend. Getting paid to be a sadomasochist. I'd also be like that. You know what? Yeah. Yeah. It's his toxic boyfriend. It's his toxic boyfriend. His toxic boyfriend's doing this. His toxic boyfriend's pregnant. I don't know why the fuck that came to my brain. I was like, you know what would be funny and preg?
no one knows what's outside of parkour civilization. Once you reach the edge, the jumps just stop. And there's nowhere left to go. So far, my friend and I haven't figured out anything new.
Oh my god, they're friends! They're besties! Egg, they're besties! He's establishing them both as besties! That's so cute! Now make them kiss! They're besties with benefits.
Except for now. Alright, man, what's going on?
This is strange. Something's stopping me from building the bridge even further. But this is where it gets weird. I tried throwing blocks and they just...
You know what'd be funny materializes a baby in a man? It's literally what you said. You know it'd be funny and pregnant. You know it'd be funny. You know it'd be funny if Evba, I already forgot how to pronounce his name. Oh shit. What would be funny is Evbo finds Siwa and he's fucking pregnant with his kid. How did this happen? I don't know. I'm thinking it for the funny. I'm thinking it up for the funny. I'm not really thinking of logic right now. I'm just thinking of this for the funny. Bro finds his toxic ex. Bro finds his toxic ex again. I want my parkour alimony. How the fuck would parkour divorce court work? Genuine question. How would parkour divorce court work in parkour civilization? How would you fight for custody rights on your children? Would you do like a fucking parkour battle or some shit? The kids go to the parent who parkoured the best. The kids go to the parent. The kids go to the parent with the higher class boots. The kids. I'm fucking dying over here. We're not even. How far are we in this video? 7 minutes. We're 7 minutes into the sequel and we're already fucking losing it. We're doing great, guys. Imagine he finds his toxic ex. Evbo finds his toxic ex Siwa and he's fucking pregnant with their kid. I'm gonna be making a whole fucking law. I'm gonna be making a whole fucking joke AU law on this shit on my Tumblr at some point, I swear. I'm gonna be like, toxic exes. One gets pregnant. God knows what happens in between because I haven't finished watching this yet. Baby. The child. The child. Oh my god. You know, if it were a wedding instead of a ring, it's diamond boots. But no, that's diamond boots means that's the champion. So you can't use diamond boots. Maybe it would be white. Oh, I got it. You think it would be like leather boots but dyed white for weddings for a ring? It's a temporary thing. I can make a little champion in ya, taken literally. Oh, that. This is how Evbo flirts to his toxic ex. This is how Evbo flirts to his toxic ex. I can make a little champion in ya, and that's how Siwa got pregnant. And that is how you were born, my daughter. Fucking lose it. We're only 7 minutes in.
Disappeared.
My friend was right. He gave me a block to throw, and when I threw it, it just disappeared instead of falling. It's like there's something here, something that I can't see. Alright, well, looks like...
The void monster is eating the bridge. Oh my god, he's nom-nomming it. Oh my god, he omming it. Nom nom nom.
There's nothing left for us to do. I gotta go visit the old man. I said I'd visit him like a long time ago, and I never did.
Wow, you are a horrible friend. You are a horrible friend to this old man. He probably sees you like a grandson, and you're doing the grandson thing, and that is not checking on your grandparents.
Before we found the bridge at the edge of Parkour Civilization, the old man said he needed to tell me something that he should have told me a long time ago. But I just got so busy with champion stuff and trying to change the entire rules of society and whatnot, and
He's hiding behind the painting still. Bro is so accustomed to that painting. He's just like, no, this is my house now, bitch. But I ain't gonna check the rest of it. Just behind the painting.
I forgot to come down here. Alright, old man, I'm ready for your story. And of course he's gone. Bro, why does this guy always disappear when I need him? I need to put like a tracker on him or something. I looked around the
I am the
neighborhood and I
painting
had
now.
no...
You want a human to phase through you? You want a human to phase through you? Is that why you want to be a painting?
No clue where he went until I finally saw the old man just standing in the distance. Oh, that's a relief. I thought he was trying to pull another jump in the void move on me. Can you at least leave a sign or something when you go places so I can find you? Wait, what? Why are you taking damage? What's going on?
F-Bo, you made it. Quick, I don't have much time. I'm old and I'm dying, but I needed
Well, at least he's getting to the point. He's old and he's dying.
you to hear this.
No. This can't be happening. Why didn't you say anything? I could have done something. I don't get it. You know I have the command blocks. We could have found you a cure.
There is no cure for old age, my boy. It is not my destiny to live on, but it is your...
We've got like serious talk of this old man dying, and Egg in the chat is just going, it'll feel weird if I'm a painting and people phase through me, but it'll probably feel very pleasurable. Wait, I'm not letting it get into my head. And there's just this old man dying on my screen right now.
destiny to keep going and to save Parkour Civilization once more.
Oh,
I should
for
have told
fuck's sake, we're not done? We gotta save it again? Oh. Shove a stick up my vagina.
sooner about the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization, but it is too late.
Number 5th layer? Let it die, let it die, let it die. Let it shrivel up and die. There's a 5th layer?
I fear that evil is returning.
The 5th layer of Parkour Civilization?
Beyond the edge, you'll find it. If this evil returns, Parkour Civilization will be destroyed.
That's where the bridge leads to? Another level of Parkour Civilization.
My time is here, Evbo. I need you to end my suffering with a parkour battle.
No, that's not fair. You can't ask me to do that.
I'm not asking, Evbo. I need this, please.
I never would have thought this was what it would come to, but the old man gave me no choice, and I had to honor his word.
Thank you, Evbo, for everything. You are and always will be a better champion than I ever was. I hope to be with the parkour god now.
And just like that, the old man, my mentor, and my friend was gone. Without him, I would have never become the champion of
Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha. Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead.
Parkour Civilization. And now there's a new evil that I'll have to face alone, without the help of the old man. But he trusted me. He knew that I was the only one capable of saving Parkour Civilization. So now wasn't the time to stop. Now was time to honor the old man's legacy by finding this lost civilization, and getting rid of this evil before it destroys all of Parkour Civilization. Alright, well, this is it. Somewhere beyond this bridge is the lost civilization. And I think we both know that the only way I can get there is to just jump. Look, I don't know what's gonna be on the other side, but if
The story isn't what making you sad, it's just his fucking narration.
anything happens, I trust you with Parkour Civilization. Just make sure you get better at 360s while I'm gone.
We'll both be doing 360s once we make it back together. See you on the other side.
Oh, they are so gay. This is wholesome yaoi. This is wholesome yaoi. Evbo and Siwa are toxic yaoi. This is wholesome yaoi. He's going with his boyfriend, guys. He's going with his boyfriend. He could have just stayed back, but no. He's going with his boyfriend. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Wholesome yaoi. We need that shit in our life. Here's a tsundere. I won't go with you.
No, wait! But before I could stop him, my friend jumped off the end of the bridge and he just disappeared in thin air. Of course he did that. Alright, well, I guess this is now not a solo mission. I have no way of knowing what lies beyond the bridge, and there's a very real chance that I never see Parkour Civilization ever again. But I spent my life fighting to save Parkour Civilization.
commitment
And if there's
issue.
an evil out there that threatens to
Stop.
destroy the world, then I'm gonna fight again. At the very least, I owe it to the old man to try. Okay, time to find out if I can parkour on water. Yep, I knew this was such a bad idea. Okay, I'm still alive for now. All right, just one jump at a time. I only have to do like 5 more of those, of course. Yep, I'm not making it back to Parkour Civilization. In all my time in Parkour
Shitballs.
Civilization, I've never heard of water parkour. But you know what they say? The first time to try is when you're floating over the void in a civilization that you never knew existed. The worst part is
Apparently.
that I don't even know if I have a way back to Parkour Civilization. Things were going great as the champion of Parkour Civilization, but of course, all good things come to an end. Someone made a bridge at the edge of the world that leads to a new civilization, and the old man told me that there's an evil here that could destroy Parkour Civilization. The
How the hell do you jump with water? I don't know. I just hope and pray.
old man believed that I could be the one to save the world again, and if that meant jumping off a bridge at the edge of the world, then so be it. After jumping, I was teleported to this new civilization with one problem. My friend was gone. I don't know what happened to him or if he's even alive still, but all I know is that I'm stuck in a lost civilization doing the scariest parkour I've ever done. Okay, that was way too close. If I ever make it back to Parkour Civilization, I'm adding water jumps to practice. Alright, well, now what to do?
Let me
I
add
looked
this
around
bridge
and saw
out of
nothing.
nowhere.
No sign of life, no sign of my friend.
Yeah, the POV the writers needs a sequel. Let me just install this wooden ass bridge. Yeah!
And all I could do now was just parkour. So this was supposed to be the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization. Everywhere I looked was a 3-block jump, which is the same as it is on the master level. But that's when I saw something in the distance, structures made out of blocks that I've never seen before. The old man was telling the truth. There is a civilization out here. But how did they get this far away from Parkour Civilization? And why are they here? Man, imagine how easy my life would be if someone just made a Parkour Civilization history book. I could have just read about this place and I wouldn't have had to risk my life coming here. But no one likes to write anything down and everyone likes to keep secrets, which makes my life so much harder.
Yeah.
Whatever. I guess what I said before really is true. Parkour is used for everything in life. You make jumps to buy a house, you make jumps to get food, but more importantly, you make jumps to know the truth. So now the question is, how many more jumps do I have to make to figure out the truth about this place? From what I saw, it looked like all of the houses on this level were abandoned. That was until they weren't. On the other side of the house,
A
someone
human!
came out of the room. It was a parkour pro. People were actually alive in this civilization. But
A
what-
human with chainmail boots! Human with chainmail boots! Like in the vault! Like in the vault! In the vault! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! I brained. I did a brain moment. Are you proud of me, Egg? I did a brain moment.
when the person came closer, I realized this wasn't a pro at all. Oh, let's go. You don't know how happy I am to see someone here. Can you please explain to me where we are and who you are? You have chain boots.
If you seek to know answers, you must beat me in a parkour battle.
Ah, see, this is what I'm talking about. People can't just say anything without doing parkour. All right, let's battle. I watched as the person in chain
It's all
boots
coming
built
along.
quite a long parkour combo for his first attack. Whoever these people were knew how to fight.
You must build the jumps I have built. The parkour battle
Yeah,
will
it is.
start and end on this block.
The battle will start and end on this block? What is going on? Alright, well, he said to build the jumps that he just built, so I guess I'll start with that. I don't know if I should feel bad for him. I don't know if these people out here know that I'm the parkour champion. But if I gotta destroy someone in a parkour battle for some answers, I got no problem hitting them with the classic FBO 360s. Alright, I built all the jumps you did, so how is this gonna work? Are you gonna attack first, or do you want me to attack first?
Are you ready to battle?
I mean, yeah, I've been standing here.
Why he sound like a robot? Why he talk like this? Hello? I talk like robot now. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. It's stupid.
You can go first if you want, I don't care. I watched as the guy in chain boots did a 6-jump parkour combo for his first attack. Alright, seems easy enough. Time for my
You
turn.
lost, parkour champion. We will return and have our revenge.
He knows who I am. Something was wrong. I pulled out my totem of undying, and just as I did, I got hit with an attack that would have killed me. Whatever this parkour battle was something I didn't know how to defend against. I had to get out of here. If that person battles me again, I don't know if I can survive another attack.
Evil.
I don't even know what he hit me with. How did that attack do 10 hearts? And I couldn't even counter with an attack of my own. This is bad. This is so bad. My totem of undying is gone. If I lose another parkour battle, or if I miss a single jump, it's over. I have no second chances, which means I'm gonna have to do what I do best and parkour to survive. Within a few seconds, the guy in
Parkour to survive. Motherfucker. Everyone be parkouring best. Everyone is parkouring. That is not what you do best. Everyone is parkouring to survive. But
chain boots was gonna see me, but I had a plan. I couldn't run. I had to fight back. Right when the guy came around the corner, I placed down 2 blocks and attacked him with a 3-block 360. From everything I know about parkour battles, he had no choice but to accept the challenge. But if this guy knows something I don't, then I just made a huge mistake. Luckily, it looked like he was forced to battle me.
You have only bought yourself time, champion. We will return.
I watched as the person attempted the 360, but they missed it. Okay, I am very thankful
And
that
now he's
360s
dead.
don't exist out here. I might have gotten lucky in this first parkour battle, but now that I know that there's an entire civilization that wants revenge on the parkour champion, I think it's safe to say that I am nowhere close to being safe. The only thing I know now is that no one should
this guy is not using foreshadowing well. Nuh-uh.
be living in this house anymore, so I should be safe here.
Oh man, am I happy to see you.
And just when I thought I caught a break, I heard a voice. And it was the voice of someone I thought I got rid of a long
It's his
time
toxic
ago. I
ex!
slow-
It's the pregnant toxic ex! Oh my god! It's his pregnant toxic ex! Holy shit! Mother of God! Yo! It's his pregnant toxic
I
ex!
turned around to see someone
Yeah!
stand.
Let's fucking go! It's his pregnant toxic ex! Let's fucking go! Woo! I'm okay. Look who came back to me. It's his pregnant toxic ex. I knew you couldn't forget. Of course he couldn't fucking forget. The bitch is pregnant. Oh wait, maybe he doesn't know about it. Imagine he's just like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant with your kid, and he's just, and Evbo is just there having like a fucking mental crisis. He's like, what do you mean you're pregnant with my kid? I'm pregnant with your kid. You're pregnant with my kid? Fuck! When did we have sex? I don't know. How would I just thought of a question. How would I thought we just parkoured together. Nope. It's apparently sex. How would sex work in parkour civilization? How would sex work in parkour civilization? Are you parkouring on each other? How would you do this?
Standing right behind me.
I thought I was gonna be stuck in here alone forever, but now you're here.
Before anything could happen, I set up a 3-block diagonal jump to get ready to attack with.
Whoa, 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 bro, chill. I'm not looking for.
Just like what you said, jump on that thing. Yes, jump on that thing. Bounce on that thing. Boing, 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 motherfucker, boing, boing. Yes. Bounce on that thing. Boing.
Fight. I'm just trying to survive like you. You can relax.
Siwat made his way closer to me, and I realized he wasn't wearing gold boots anymore. He was wearing chain boots as well. Hold on, what is going on? How are you here?
Pretty crazy, right?
He can parkour while pregnant? Let's fucking go. Of course he's got a parkour while pregnant. In parkour civilization, you got to parkour even when you're parkour pregnant. You got to parkour pregnant while parkouring pregnant. Ooh.
An entire level of parkour civilization that we didn't even know existed. It's really cool, but we're kind of stuck here, so I guess that's not so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've gotten that by now. I have
All
eyes on
that
my...
training wouldn't go to waste. Well, it can't go to waste when you're pregnant, and then the baby is born knowing parkour. Yahoo, I guess.
own, but how did you get here?
Well, I made the bridge, which I'm guessing you found. After you became champion, I knew I had to run. I had nowhere to hide, but the only chance of survival I had was the rumor that there was a lost civilization somewhere beyond the edge. And as it turns out, it was much more than just a rumor. So, since you ruined parkour civilization,
Toxic Yowie. Anyway, but he's saying it's a rumor. He's saying it's a rumor. Okay. But if he's saying it's a rumor, how does he already have the chainmail boots? They were literally in his vault in the first episode. If he's calling it a rumor, how does he already have the chainmail boots? The POV, the writers need a sequel. Pregnancy! POV, the writers need a sequel. Mpreg! Toxic Yowie!
You mean saved it from you maniacs?
Yeah, whatever. I thought I'd start a new life here, but that's when I realized everyone in this level is crazy and wants to destroy parkour civilization along with everyone in it, which includes me. So yeah, I could probably use your help here.
See what can't.
Has no one just, like, considered the idea of... Has no one just, like, considered the idea of, oh, I don't know, hitting someone with their fist? Why is it parkour battling? Why can't we just do a good old punchy punch? Baby trapping is insane. Baby trapping someone without them even knowing that they're a father is insane.
Be trusted, and if I decide not to attack him, I might be making a huge mistake. Why would I trust you now, after all that you've done?
Bro, I don't have any more blocks to attack you with. Besides, we need each other if we're gonna survive and-
We need each other to survive. Quickly add that on. We need each other to survive. Totally not just for us each other. Totally not for each other. It's totally not in general. It's totally to survive. Yep. This is for the future of our civilization. Yeah, this is the future for our civilization, not the child. What child? We got no child. What child are you on about? What child? Yeah, what child? What child? There's no child. It's for our civilization. You know, it's for the civilization. What child? Oh, this? I've just eaten too much, you know. I've just eaten too much. They got a lot of food down here. They don't really know what to do with it. I'm not pregnant. I swear I'm not pregnant. Don't you dare assume it. Even though I've just randomly thrown it out. That entire conversation.
Make it out alive.
Ah, fine, this is gonna be a huge mistake. Okay, so fill me in. What exactly is this place? What was the 5th layer of parkour civilization?
I don't know. They were some kind of fighters. Here, you should put these on so
Reserved
you don't
energy.
stand out.
Yeah.
Really? You think I'm gonna fall for that? You want me to take off my champion boots?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Steal them from your inventory? That's not even possible. I'm just trying to help you hide.
Okay, that's a valid point. I'll give it to you. Man, I hate it when the villains make sense. I took off my champion boots and I put on my new pair of chain boots.
At least you're acknowledging your toxic ex as a villain.
I don't even know if this is gonna work, but if it helps me avoid at least one more parkour battle against one of these fighters, then I'm all for it. I followed Siwat until we arrived at what he wanted to show me, and we were standing in front of the parkour temple. But this one was different. The entire thing was in ruins. Siwat said this entire level used to exist in parkour civilization,
fuck that shit
but
still
somehow it
standing?
was erased and removed from history.
Look at that shit. There's holes in it. It look like Swiss cheese. That shit be looking like a block of cheese.
Like it never even happened. The worst part is that everyone that was on this level of civilization when it was erased got trapped here with no way back. The question now is, how was an entire level of parkour civilization erased and why? I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was
A temple? An Egyptian looking skin? Coincidence? I think not. He's the owner. His toxic ex is the one that looks after this layer. And now he's pregnant. His toxic ex is pregnant and is the one that looks after this layer. and now he's pregnant. Oh my god. The lore is going so well that I'm fucking shaking my model. And now he's pregnant with the champion's baby. And now there's like an air. I don't know. There's like an air. Oh no. Oh no no no. The lore is cooking. We be cooking, guys. Oh hello. Hello monoton. I'm just gonna call you offensive. Hello, offensive. Staring to the abyss and it stares back. Stares back and pregnant. We got Mpreg lore we're pulling out of our ass.
It's right in front of me. Inside this parkour temple, there was a statue that indicates that there was a 5th level of civilization. Okay, this is a lot to wrap my head around. So back then, there was a rank between being a pro and being a master. And as far
Oh, wait a minute. The old guy was talking about a war in the civilization in the first episode. Is this the war? Was this the war? And it's just continued on since then? Oh wait, no, it wasn't the old guy that said it. It was the black dude that said it. It was literally just a block of black. It was the block of black dude.
far as I can tell, these people know how to fight. Maybe a little too well, to be honest. Siwat started to make the climb to get up to the top of the parkour temple. Back when this level was in parkour civilization, this is the course you would have to do to actually become a parkour master. The course to make it to the top was starting to fade away, but if you're good enough at parkour, you can still make it. Of course, it was no problem for me being the champion. Okay, that was actually kind of close. Alright, let's see what it looks like in here. Whoa, this was not what I was expecting it to look like. Inside the temple was the place where you would rank up if you were on this level of civilization. Siwat started telling me that there's something in this temple that the people living on this civilization want. The problem is that they haven't been able to get it because the door is locked. He said that this course is different from all of the others. He said it wasn't just about making the parkour jumps to get up to the top, but it was about winning the parkour battles. Apparently, the only way to rank up and get that door open is to win 4 parkour battles in a row. But these parkour battles weren't just fought against anybody. They were fought against parkour legends. Each of these 4 battles was fought against a parkour legend who has spent their entire life mastering a specific type of parkour. But Siwat said these legends don't just show up. He said that there are 4 discs, and each disc summons a parkour legend. Only by getting all 4, you can make it to the top and open the door.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this straight. So there are 4 discs. Each
Yeah,
disc
it's just,
summons a parkour
it's in
legend.
the name.
You have
It's
to
just
beat all 4 in a row in order to get the door
parkour. A
open,
lot of
and
parkour. You want to buy something? Parkour. You want to eat? Parkour. You want to live? Parkour. You want to get somewhere? Parkour. You want to fuck? Parkour. You want to get married? Parkour.
the people on this civilization want something behind the door. So, I guess this is the part where you tell me I need to stop them from getting the door open?
Actually, the opposite. I think they want something that will let them escape. So we need to get the discs first and get out of here before they do.
Okay, so we just gotta find the discs before these people do, and we can get out of here before they
Parkour marriage. Yes, I love my parkour wife.
destroy the world. I might be the best player in the world at parkour, but that doesn't mean I'm not worried about the journey ahead. I mean, the people in this civilization have been stuck here for years. They've had all of this time to find the discs, but they haven't gotten a single one of them yet. That means I can only assume that getting a disc is impossible for most people. Maybe it's even impossible for me. Bro, how has Siwat not even made it down yet?
Look, buddy, I know you're the mighty champion and whatnot, but you should probably play it a bit safer. If you die here, I don't know what happens. And if you fall into the void, I don't know if you're coming back.
If you don't remember, I don't like you, so can you just focus on yourself and let's get this over with?
Okay, fine. Don't listen to me.
I need to know something. I came here with my friend, and when I got here, he was gone. Just, can you tell me if you saw him or something?
Nope. If you haven't seen him by now, there's a good chance he's gone. But maybe I'm...
The wholesome Yowie. It's been taken away by the toxic Yowie. How dare it? The wholesome Yowie. If you die here, who would I leech myself onto? Especially with this baby!
I'm wrong. Here, you're gonna need this. This compass will guide you to the place where you can find the first disc. Good luck.
Why does he have that? Why do you have that? I know you're pregnant, which is why you're not doing it. But you can parkour, so you're using that as an excuse. You can parkour while pregnant, so you're using it as an excuse. Why do you have the Why do you have the compasses to the legends? Why? Why? Why are you getting your ex to do everything for you, you fucking idiot?
Fuck, man.
It was time to go searching for the disc that would summon the first legend of parkour. If my friend is alive out there somewhere, I'll find him. But right now, I have to do this
Funny,
journey
it's like a
alone.
coincidence,
Wait, why
I
am
think
I doing
not.
this alone? Wait, you were just gonna sit here and watch me risk my life? Why aren't you coming?
You're the champion. I can't parkour like you. Oh,
You're the champion. I can't parkour like you, but also I'm pregnant. Remember? I'm pregnant with our baby. Remember? Even though I can do parkour in general, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna use that excuse whenever I want. And I'm pregnant right now! And it hurts. It hurts so much. Look at this normalized body horror happening to me right now. I'm pregnant. I can't do it. You're the protagonist. You gotta do it. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
or if you want to give me blocks so I can fight, but I feel like that's not an option.
You're right, I would never give you blocks in a million years. Alright, well, I guess that is a valid reason to go by myself. Looks like it's up to me to save the world again, but that's kind of my thing. Just one jump at a time. Oh no, I hope this isn't a parkour checkpoint.
Stop right there.
Yep, of course it is. I'm in trouble.
We already have a parkour search team looking for the disc as we speak. We weren't expecting more company.
This is really bad. If I don't find a way past this checkpoint, it might be the end of parkour civilization. Alright, I got two options. I can talk or I can fight. Let's try the talking thing first. I was,
Guys, I did a funny. I did a funny for the funny. You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe what I just found. I did it for the funny. I went on AO3. I went on AO3. There are 414 fanfictions on AO3. There are 414 fanfictions of Evbo and Siwat. The toxic yaoi. But then I apparently the black dude, unmedicated I am, the black dude, Evbo's bestie in this series, the black dude with the crown, apparently his name is EMF. Apparently his name is EMF. That is Evbo's bestie with the wholesome yaoi. And there's also a ship tag for those two, cause wholesome yaoi, and I've got it on my screen right now. The toxic yaoi of Evbo and Siwa has 414 fanfictions. The wholesome yaoi of EMF and Evbo have 212 fanfictions on AO3 right now. I did a funny. Instead of I did an oopsie, it's I did a funny. Wait. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go onto the toxic yaoi tag real quick of Minecraft fan bases is insane. Oh, I definitely know that. I was in the Dream SMP fandom for a hot minute. Years ago. Oh boy, I should know. I'm gonna go into the F boat and see what. Yeah, I'm sorry, Egg. I'm gonna go into the F boat and see what tag and type in mpreg for the other tags. I wanna see how many mpreg tags there are. How many are there? There's 4 fanfictions of mpreg see what evbo. How many dream ship tags do you think were made for that fandom? Every single one you can imagine. I remember seeing too many. There was one for everyone. Everyone. And I mean everyone. There was one for everyone in that fucking fandom. When it came to Dream, there was one for everyone. And I mean everyone. Every sock fits, am I right? Even if it's too small. Even if it's too small. Ah! I have seen shit. In that fandom, I have seen some stuff. Yet you pressed through, and look how I came out. Mentally broken. Ah! Wow. Goddamn. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Gotta pop those pills really slow. You know what's so funny? I'm not on any medication. I don't drink alcohol. I don't take drugs. I'm not on any medication. This is just me, completely sober. This is how I'd act normally. I'm not even kidding. I don't take medication or alcohol or drugs in general. This is just me. This is me. Me raw dogging it, guys. I'm scrolling through the 4 fanfictions of the Evbo See What Mpreg fanfics. And the 3rd one, holy moly, holy moly, the 3rd one is a roller coaster of tags. Who wants to hear it? So we got the usual. We got the ship tag. We got the character tags. Character tag. Character tag. I don't want the word raw dog in that sentence. Character tag. Character tag. Character tag. And then we've got alpha, beta, omega dynamics. The fucking Omegaverse tag is in this fanfiction. We're off to a great start, guys. And then we got scenting. And then we got mating cycles in heat, mating bites. and then, by the way, this is all one fan fiction. These are the tags for one fan fiction. Megaverse tells everything we need to know, where everything can be explained by who's the alpha. And then there's masturbation, and then there's anal fingering, and then there's anal sex. And then right after those three, it's implied reference character death. It's like sex, death. It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. I'm not kidding. It somehow gets funnier, in my opinion. Right after that, implied referenced abortion. Sex, death, abortion. And it gets even funnier. Because there's like There's like 3 fucking tags at the very end that say my first smut, my first AO free post, my first fanfic, and it's just the fucking funniest combination of tags I've ever seen. We got Omegaverse, 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 sex, death, abortion. We are never finishing this. It's not even. It's. As long as the neuron activate. Do you want me to read this in my head? I'm gonna read it in my head. If yes. Do you want me to read this while we react to this at the exact same time? Because that's gonna be so fucking funny. Because I'm just gonna randomly pause it and be like, yo, y'all not gonna believe what the fuck happened in this fanfic. Yes! Blind react to both. You're gonna get a live reaction of me reading fucking new stream idea. Fanfic reading. We're gonna read 2 guys having anal sex. We're gonna read 2 guys fucking each other and then dying and then abortion for parkour. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I love the summary. I love the summary for this. This is the same fanfiction for the tags that I just read. A universe where Evbos and Omega, who can now finally experience and eventually find out what type of Omega he is. Spoiler alert, he's pretty obsessive. The only problem is that he longs for a horrible, beautiful, dead person. Oh, and a confused beta is here too. I long for the dead. Bro's gonna... If it weren't for the fact that I'd already read the tags already, I genuinely would not be surprised if Bro pulled out necrophilia. I've seen some shit, guys. I've seen some shit. Leave me be.
Transferred here from another parkour search.
Pausing it. 1 second. Pausing it. I just realized it's from orphan accounts. So someone put this entire fic to orphan because they didn't want to read it. They didn't want to continue it. That's so funny.
Team. Yeah, apparently the job was taking too long.
Yeah, that figures. Just build the password and I'll let you through.
Oh, great. The password is parkour. That means there are literally an infinite number of possibilities that the password could be, and there's no way I'm guessing this. So,
I
no
knew
more of
it'd
the
be
talking
unfinished.
thing. It's
Yeah, it's only got like 2 chapters, so I'm not even gonna be reading it for long. All this stemmed from parkour. Yeah, all of this came from parkour. I just want you guys, anybody watching this, because this is gonna be a video, by the way. All of this is gonna be in it. Raw footage. I'm not editing shit. This is all gonna be in it. This is all gonna be in it. Raw footage, because I don't know how to edit videos, and I don't like editing in general. So this is all gonna be it. This all stemmed from fucking parkour civilization, and now we've just got Omegaverse, toxic yaoi, abortion clinics. Fucking losing my mind. Oh my goodness. We're not even... How far are we into this video? 22 minutes. We're 22 minutes into this sequel. The sequel is 2 hours long, and we're only 22 minutes in. We're gonna be here all night, guys.
time to parkour battle. I set up a 3-jump parkour combo for my attack. This was it. There was no going back now. Once I start this battle, the guy will know I'm the parkour champion and everyone will be after me. But I have no choice. I attacked with a 3-block vertical to a 4-block to a 4-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I challenge you to a—
Alright, password accepted. You're good. Good luck finding any information about the disc. We need it.
Password accepted? Wait, this was the password?
We can never be too careful. I heard the parkour champion's out there somewhere. I can't believe—
It's fine. It's not fine.
if he actually thought it would be a good idea to come here.
Yeah, why would he do that? Don't worry, we'll find this parkour champion. I heard he's not even that good at parkour. Oh, okay, good to see my disguise is still working. Once I made it past the parkour checkpoint, everything changed. All of the grass block jumps had turned into ice and snow.
The thing that I find funny is that his disguise isn't even changing his Minecraft skin. It's changing the fucking boots on his feet. That is his disguise. This is the greenest man This is the greenest human with the most yellow hair you've ever seen, and his disguise is changing his shoes. This is beautiful. This is comedy gold.
Any normal person would turn around, but I have to keep going. After realizing that I was stranded in the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization, I learned that the only way out of here is to find 4 discs that summon 4 Parkour legends. But if these discs fall into the wrong hands, Parkour Civilization might be destroyed. So the only option
What the fuck is this sentence in the fanfiction? Lately, he's been reading, or well, learning to read, and then reading. A feet fetish in disguise, author's barely disguised fetish.
had was to team up with my enemy, because whether I like it or not, that might be my only chance to make it out alive. As much as I don't trust Siwat, the compass definitely led me to the right place. I was supposed to be finding the disc that would summon the ice legend of parkour, and if I didn't know any better, I would say I'm in the right area. Now, I just need to find this disc before anyone gets it. The problem is that I don't even know where to start.
Sorry,
I tried
writing
looking
100.
for clues inside one of these houses, but all of the
Sneak
doors were
100.
locked. The fighters on this level have supposedly been looking
Absolute
for this
cinema.
disc for a long time, which can only mean two things. They can't find it, or they can't get to it. In the distance, I saw a structure that looked like it was a parkour course. When I got closer, I saw that the course was made completely out of ice blocks. And at the very top, there was a dispenser. An entire course made out of ice sounds like where the ice legend disc would be. This has to be it, right? Maybe the problem wasn't finding the disc, but getting to it. Maybe the jumps were too hard for people, or people are just too afraid to try. Whatever the reason is, I gotta make this course before someone else does and get the disc. The people here might be too afraid to try these jumps.
Absolute fan fiction. I need to draw that now. I need to draw over the original meme, and it's just one of my Sonas doing that thing, but the text is changed to absolute fan fiction. We fucking need that now.
I'm not, because if the fate of the world depends on it, then I won't hesitate to risk my life. I didn't have too much experience with ice parkour, but I was still staying on the blocks, which is all that mattered. Only 2 jumps left. Come on, I can do this. I went for the last 2 jumps, and I made it to the top. Let's go, I did it. So does that make me an ice parkour legend now? I mean, I don't see anyone else doing the course. Alright, let's just hope that no one got to the disc before I did. If it's still here, then I only have 3 more to go. Let's do this. I hit the button and an item came out. Let's go, it was still here. I got the disc to summon the— wait, what?
I love my disc. I love my disc. My disc called the house key. I love my disc. It's called the house key. You want to hear its music? It's a fucking bop. It's record scratching. It's record scratching.
A house key? Bro, are you serious? I did all of that just to buy a house? Okay, well, now I'm back to square one. I have no clue where to find the disc, and I bought a house that I don't need. Now that I think about it, I might be the first one in history to have bought a house on every layer of parkour civilization. Was it worth risking the entire fate of the world and my life? Probably not, but is it cool? Yes. Okay, now I have a real reason to make it out of here. I need someone to know this story. Alright, I gotta get back on track. I need to find this disc. Whoever lived in these houses before were doing some pretty serious parkour. One of the jumps to get to the beds was a 5-block ice jump. Is that even possible? I opened the chest expecting to find nothing, but to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour.
Repeat that to me. I'm the first this, I'm the first that. Repeat that to me, motherfucker. Repeat that to me real quick. The fuck did you just say?
But to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour.
It's written in parkour. I'm going. It's written in parkour. Their language is parkour. You have a meme of friends reacting to this part. Please, for the love of God, offensive, please tell me what that meme is. I need to know. I genuinely need to know, how the fuck do your friends meme? It's written in parkour. Their language is parkour. If you look for written in parkour meme, okay, we're gonna look that up real quick. Parkour sign language. We got ASL. You've heard of ASL. Now how about PSL? Everything is parkour. This shit looks like Morse code. I'm gonna be so honest. It looks like, oh my god, my voice. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? I'm losing my throat so badly. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god, my is fantastic. I look like a busted up radiator. I look good. I look nice. I look like a busted up radiator. 1 second. Written in parkour. Okay, I don't want to accidentally click on the wrong thing, so I'm gonna shove it in here real quick. Is it this one? Is it this? Hop, 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 free block, hop, hop, Neo, hop. Oh, I haven't paid my bills. Oh, you think? Okay, let's click this on.
But to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour. Luckily for me,
What the fuck is the L?
This is amazing.
It's stairs. L is stairs. It's written in parkour.
It's the H.
Yeah, why are there H's? I didn't even register that. There's H's in here. There's L's and H's. The dashes and the little block symbols I can understand, but why the fuck are there H's and L's? Did he just keyboard smash it?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure?
H?
Are you sure?
What is the H supposed to be?
Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers! What's the H supposed to be? The Twin Towers. Cinema.
Stop! Shut up.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I can't.
No, it's the Twin Towers now, Egg. It's not fences, it's the Twin Towers now.
I could translate a
It
little
was
bit.
written in
The book said that
parkour.
It was written in parkour.
I'm gonna cry.
People would often spend
I'm gonna lose my
years
shit.
training so they could be good enough to complete the
This
impossible
series is so
Translate
good.
it.
It's so goaded.
Do not have years
It's beautiful. It's magnificent. It's 10 out of 10.
And read that shit.
But the book did mention in ice
Oh my god, stop throwing away!
Why is he throwing everything away? What the fuck?
Luckily for me, I've been learning how to read the parkour language, so I could translate a little bit of it. The book said
He's learning to read parkour. He's learning to read parkour. I'm going to lose it. How the fuck do you read parkour? This isn't Morse code. You fucking dimwit.
that people would live in these houses to train for the Ice Legends course. The book said that people would often spend years here just training so they could be good enough to complete the impossible ice course. Well, that's reassuring. I definitely do not have years to train on these jumps. But the book did mention an Ice Legends course, and if the disc was gonna be anywhere, it was probably gonna be there. The only problem now is finding this course. I mean, it's probably not gonna be a big building standing in the middle of the open. Oh, okay, well, I think I found it. I don't know what
I
the
think you
Ice
did.
Legends parkour course was, but if I had to guess, this had to be it. Even from afar, this looked like the hardest parkour course I've ever seen. And I have to be the one to do it because the world will end if I don't. Bro, I don't even get paid for being the parkour champion. This is so not worth it. If this entire course is to just buy another house, I think I might just get it over with and jump off. But I quickly realized
If this is to buy a house, we're killing ourselves. No, give me the house. In this economy, I want one. Do you know how shittily expensive houses are? Gimme, 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 gimme.
That I was at the right place because at that moment I saw someone completing the course.
It's
Someone
another
was
black
after the
dude.
disc, and right now they were on track to get it before me.
Holy
that means
shit.
not only do I have to survive every jump, but
I don't want real estate. I want discs. What kind of fucking economy is Parkour Civilization? Where he wants discs instead of a house. Okay, where to go next? Oh, a big building. That's probably it.
have to do it fast if I want to catch up. The problem is that this course wasn't the course to go fast on. These were ice jumps, and that means even the slightest miscalculation could send you sliding.
That's what I'm saying, offensive. That's what I'm saying. I'd kill for a house. Give me it. Give me it. Give me the fucking house. It's probably got like 2 stories on it. We could all be roommates. Chaos ensues.
right off the edge. And that's not something I'm interested in doing. I was only at the beginning, and yet each jump seemed like it was getting harder and harder. This next jump was a head hitter, meaning if I mistimed my jump, no! Well, let's just make sure I don't do that, please. Oh, okay. These jumps that I was making were harder than anything that even exists in Parkour Civilization. If I somehow make it back alive, I am definitely making the practice courses harder at home. As much as I wish I had more
And they were parkour roommates. Oh my god, they were parkour roommates.
practice on ice
Oh my
jumps, I
god, the
always
parkour roommates. Oh my god, they're fucking. Oh my god, one of them is pregnant. Oh my god. Ah!
say that the best time to try new
That entire joke that I was making. I was just thinking of the toxic yaoi the entire time.
parkour is when you're in a life or death situation. Now that I think about it, that saying doesn't really make any sense, but who am I kidding? I'm just stalling because I have to do a 5-block vertical jump, and there's definitely a 50-50 chance I don't make it, but the fear of death never stopped me from trying. I cleared the 5-block vertical jump, and I was still on the course. When I looked ahead, I saw that I had almost caught up to the parkour fighter that was doing the course with me. At the
Oh my
rate
god,
of-
it's a black dude with detail on him. You cannot blame me for saying that. He is literally just a block of black. He is literally a block of black.
going, I'll pass him and make it to the disc first. But I also have to hope that he doesn't recognize that I'm not one of them.
Wait, what? Who are you? Why are you here? I'm supposed to be the only one gathering information about the Ice Legend disc.
Oh, yeah, boss sent me here. He said you were taking too long, and he wanted things to speed up, so he sent me. Bro, why did I say boss?
Oh, if boss sent you, very well. I haven't been able to get past the 5-block jump, but if you think you can do it, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know boss's orders, right? Bro, how did that even work? Okay, let's just get out of here. Somehow, I escaped the interaction without a parkour battle, which is great, because if I had to fight here, that would be really bad. But now I know that they have a boss, or a leader. Someone is leading these fighters to go find all of the discs. And I can only assume that whoever this leader is wants revenge on Parkour Civilization. Well, not even assume. One guy literally said word for word he wants revenge on Parkour Civilization, so
Yeah.
I guess that's a pretty clear indicator. Alright, I really need to stop monologuing right before I'm about to go for a death-defying jump. Please make it, please make it! Oh! That should not have been possible. With every jump, I felt like I was barely staying on the edge, but I wouldn't expect anything less from a course that was made by a parkour legend. Every jump was designed to be nearly impossible, including this 5-block jump, which I'm about to complete. I can make it! No! Just when I thought my journey was over, there was a block under me to catch my fall. Oh, that could not have been any closer.
How could you have gotten a water bucket?
And I just blew my cover. I forgot these guys don't have water buckets. I had no choice but to engage in a parkour battle. I needed the chance to attack first, and my attack was going to be something that would end the battle immediately. There you have it, a 2-block backwards jump, buddy. And just so you know, I've never lost a parkour battle. Obviously that's not true, but the intimidation worked.
The void is more honorable than losing a battle to the champion.
And just like that, the parkour battle was over.
Wow, he really said I'd rather commit suicide than battle you. Wow!
Bro, what do these people have against me? How is dying in the void more honorable than battling me? Despite dealing with a little emotional pain, I got rid of the parkour fighter unharmed. Now, there was no one standing in my way to get the disc. All I had to do was make it past this 5-block jump. The fighters that have been trapped here for years haven't been able to make it, but if there was someone to do it, it was gonna be me. If I was the first one to make the 5-block jump, that means there's a good chance that the disc is still here. And I only have a few more jumps before I can get to the top and retrieve it. I've come too far in this journey to fall now. Getting this disc means saving the world, and maybe even saving my friend. So I have no choice but to
POV baby mode on gains. Whee! The little baby go whee! Oh, give me a moment. Ah, there we go.
succeed. I made the last ladder jump, and there I was, standing down at the hardest parkour course I've ever completed. Now, it's time to find out if this journey was truly worth the risk. Just one more easy jump, nothing crazy. Oh, okay, no surprise there. I never fall on the easy jumps. It's time to find out if the disc is still here, or if it even exists at all. I walked up and stood on the pedestal, and an item appeared in my hand. This time, it wasn't a house key. It was the disc to summon the ice legend of parkour. Siwat was telling the truth. He could have led me into a trap, but he didn't. The discs are real, and now I have one of the 4. All I have to do is get the other 3, and that's my ticket home. Hopefully my friend's still out there so I can bring him home too. And maybe Siwat. I don't really want to bring him home.
Hey, hold up. Where are you going? Why are you not gathering information about the disc? You said you were transferred here to help.
Yeah, I was, but it
Yeah.
looked like the other guy had it
Yeah,
all
yeah,
under
he's
control.
doing.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was
he's doing
really good
great.
at
He's
parkour.
yeah, the other guy is doing great. He's a fucking master at it. Like he's a bit stubborn. I just let him deal with it. Yeah. He can do it. He's great at his job.
He said he didn't need me anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right. We've been best friends since we were kids. I don't know what I'd do without him. All right, you're good to go.
Thanks, man. Wish you and your friend the best. Oh, that's so awkward. I think I might have just created a new supervillain. All right,
Aw,
I'm sure
shit.
there's a part of you that wanted me to fail, but I made it back and I got the disc.
No way you actually got the disc.
Yep, 1 down and 3 more to go.
We can actually do this. Or you can do this. You got it, man.
The journey was far from over. Siwat gave me the compass that would lead
Oh,
me
God,
to the
no.
second parkour legend. Now that I have the disc
Best
for the
friend
ice
killed
legend,
himself.
I was now searching for the legend of glass parkour. Oh, as if the journey wasn't as difficult as it was already. This legend just had to be glass. I have a feeling that there's a very slim chance I make it back alive.
Just 3 more to go. Just 3 more.
Getting past a parkour checkpoint is no easy task.
Childhood
I can't use
friend villain in
parkour
the
as a
making.
bribe here,
Shut
and
up,
I'm
you
definitely
pregnant
not
man.
guessing the parkour password this time. That means the only way through is to fight. Saving the world is exhausting. All right, let's get this over with. No point in introducing myself since this should be over soon. I probably shouldn't be this confident since these people seem to know way more about parkour battles than I do, but I'm still the parkour champion, so being confident is a part of the job. I started the battle with a 3-block vertical sideways ladder jump, but the parkour fighter didn't even look surprised, even though I just challenged him to a parkour battle.
Alright, champion. Let's see if you're as good as they say.
I watched as the fighter attempted the jump, but failed. Oh, this is gonna be quicker than I thought. Okay, that attack should have done at least
be
5
cocky.
hearts, so 1 more attack and I can get back to saving the world. Might as well just put this guy out of his misery and hit him with the signature F-Bow 360. Under pressure, I made a 3-block flower pot 360. Against most people, that would have ended the battle, but I soon realized that this wasn't a normal parkour battle. Oh, great. I should have just tried guessing the password.
This attack will give you poison.
His attack only works if his jump is harder than mine, but I don't think a 3-block brewing stand jump is harder than my 360. I think I'm about to win this, but when the fighter went for the jump, he added a 180.
I bet you thought this would be easy.
Adding a 180 to his jump must have made his attack harder because he would have taken damage by now. This is not good. If I don't build a harder attack right now, I'm gonna get poisoned, and that could be the end of me. That's why this is a perfect time to set up a jump that I've never attempted before. It's simple.
Great
If I
idea.
make this
That's a great idea. You fucking dumbass.
jump, I win the battle. And the jump I was going for was a 3-block ladder 360. This had to
Why?
work. I went for the 360. Please make it. But I failed. The attack hit me, and now I was being poisoned.
You are a
I actually
dumbass.
thought I was gonna win this battle, but now the odds are stacked against me. By the time the poison wore off, I had half a heart left, and the fighter was already planning out his next attack. From here on out, if I make
Motherfucker, just punch him off. That's not the point of parkour civilization. Shut up. Just punch him off. You got a hand. Bonk, bonk. Bonk his ass. I don't know. Flick his head off.
a single mistake, my journey is over. But that's why I'm the one trying to save the world. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. The fighter was setting up a parkour combo with ice blocks. Okay, this is good. I just mastered ice block jump. Wait, what? Before the fighter even attempted his
I look away for a second and he's dead. What the fuck just happened? I tried a 360 YY no scope parkour move that I've never tried before. I failed and took an arrow to the knee. Parkour! We live, we die, we parkour! I look away for a second, this motherfucker's dead. What just happened?
Okay, this is good. I just mastered ice block jump. Wait, what?
He slipped off. He slipped off and died. Oh my god. He slipped off and died. I'm done.
Before the fighter even attempted his attack,
I'm
he just
done.
slipped off. Okay, that was not how I thought it was gonna end. Doesn't matter, it looks like it's another win for me. Let's go. Even though I barely survived the parkour battle, I was stepping into more dangerous territory. This was where I was gonna find the disc to summon the glass legend of parkour. There are 4 discs I need to find in order to get back to parkour civilization. I managed to stay alive and get one of the discs so far, but the parkour fighters are still racing to get them before me, and now I know there's a boss leading them all. But if I can get the final 3 discs first, I can save the world. So far, I am very much liking the ice more than the glass, especially since most of the jumps are glass panes. Not that it makes a difference, but before I go any further, let's get my health back. The entire time I've been here, I've been using my champion boots to gain my hunger back. That's one part I didn't get. As the parkour champion, I don't really need food anymore, but everyone else does, so how are they getting food? Alright, I'm just gonna focus on getting the disc and get out of here as fast as I can. This journey was different than the last one. Last time, I made it through the checkpoint without blowing my cover, but this time, well, the guard's in the void. If some of the other fighters realize that the guard is gone, they're gonna come after me. So, I'm just gonna beat this course, get the disc, and get out of here before any of the fighters can catch me. Easier said than done, obviously, because this wasn't just any ordinary parkour course. This course was designed for someone who is a master at glass parkour. Now, I'm all for having self-confidence and whatnot, but the reality is that I have never done jumps like these. This course was about to be all unexplored territory for me, and I only have one chance to make all of these jumps. But the clock is ticking, and I need to get these discs before any of the fighters
Heavily off topic, but it looks like the Sea of Red. It looks like the Red Sea.
do. You know, I would have been a lot more comfortable if the glass parkour course were glass blocks and not panes, but when do I ever get my way with anything? I will say that one thing keeping me going is that if I do make it back alive, I mean, I would have to be the greatest of all time at parkour, right? While that thought sounds amazing, I just remembered that I've only gotten 1 disc so far. So if I manage to survive
being
this
cocky,
course,
please.
which by looking at it doesn't seem likely to be honest, I still have 2 more massive parkour courses to go
You were
through
such
before I can make
baby
it back.
in the
All right,
first
let's break this
episode.
down real quick.
Stop being cocky.
So, if I miss a single jump, I die. If I have another battle with the parkour fighter, which is probably gonna happen, I die. And if Siwat has been plotting against me the entire time, well, I probably...
I die, and, oh yeah, I die! This guy has a very high opinion of himself. He is the champion. But still, yeah.
die. Well, alright, I think my chances are looking great. I take that back. Bro, what even are those parkour jumps? Alright, let's just get this over with. Glass jumps are all about precision. Each glass jump is only 1/8 of the size of a regular block, meaning each jump has to be the perfect distance. That also means I get no momentum for this 3-block vertical jump. Please, parkour god. Oh, okay. And the next jump is just as hard. The 4-block jump onto a single pane was terrifying, but I went for it and I barely stayed on the edge. Bro, to think I could have been at home, just chilling, getting a parkour delivery to my house. Wait, do I even have a house anymore? Let's see. If this jump is possible, I only have to do a 2-block jump. This has to be a shortcut, right? No way I'm not taking
you
this.
have
Let's
no
go.
house.
I get to skip some. No! No, that's a trick for sure. That jump's not possible. Alright, no shortcuts for me today. I guess I gotta take the hard way. I slowly made my way through the course, making sure to take my time with every single jump. As of now, I didn't see any other parkour fighters doing the course, so I didn't need to worry about completing this course fast. I just needed to stay alive.
Look at it.
But what if there's no fighters here because someone already completed the course and got the disc? Alright, let's just hope that's not the case. Oh my... Bro, are you serious? Not one of these staircases? Thankfully, I made it to the top of the horribly designed staircase. But then, I saw something on the ground. Looked like a piece of paper. I picked it up, and it said something on it. It said, "Don't finish the course?" I had no clue what to make of this. I was so close to the end. I was almost at the second disc. So either someone is warning me about something, or this was an attempt to try to make me not get the disc. Well, this just got a lot more complicated. I decided that the second option was more likely. The fighters know that I'm looking for the discs, so maybe they had someone put this note here to try to get me to stop looking for them. But if that isn't their plan and someone is warning me, then I could be jumping into an ambush. At this point though, I don't even think it matters. As of now, the only way I know of getting back to Parkour Civilization is getting all 4 discs. So even if getting this disc is going to lead me into a trap, I have to still try to get it. Only a few more jumps and I would be at the end. Do I go for a shortcut now? Why not? Let's do it. I swear, all of this better be some crazy test to become the parkour god or something, because there's no way I'm doing this for free. Alright, one more jump and the disc is mine. Let's do this. I went for the last final jump and I made it. I had completed the Glass Legends parkour course. Let's go. Let's get this disc, or let's fall into a trap. I hope it's the disc. When I stepped onto the pedestal, the dispenser gave me the exact item I wanted to see. The disc to summon the Glass Legend of Parkour was now in my possession. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. And now I just gotta worry about getting off of this course. Oh, this is the worst. I was making my way back to meet Siwat to get the compass for the 3rd disc, but that's when I saw something. It was a massive building that I've never seen before. Obviously, I want to get the discs and get out of here as fast as I can, but my friend is still missing. Maybe there's a chance he's alive and
Also, we're all just very big snoops, and that's a very big building. We're all gonna go into that building, whether we have a friend that's missing or not, because we're very big Snoopy Snoops. And also, you'd have to walk back to Toxic Yowie that's pregnant. I don't think anyone wants that.
He made it into this building and he's hiding
We're
here.
not even
if he's not
halfway.
here, I can afford a little detour to find out. The building I walked into looked like it was some old library, although most of the bookshelves looked like they were empty. Geez, this staircase is even worse than the glass one. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't know what I was looking for, but at the very least, I was hoping I could find a book that would at least give me a little information. I looked around until I finally saw a bookshelf with a book left in it. Okay, let me try not to fall off the edge while grabbing this. The book was written in parkour, but I could still understand a little bit of it. It looked like he was talking about the champion boots, something about hunger and powers. Well, that's not really new information for me. I've been using these boots to feed myself the entire
British SpongeBob. What? What?
time. Okay, let's see what else I can find in this library. I looked around and still there was no sight of my friend. I knew the chances were slim, but some part of me still believed that he would be here. But that's when I went up to the next floor and I saw someone. Oh no, I do not want to battle. Please just don't turn around. And she turned around.
It's you! You're back! Oh, I always knew you would change your mind.
Right, I'm back.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue what she's talking about. I just gotta go with it, I guess?
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is?
Oh, yes. I got the book around here somewhere. Forgive me. It's been a while since I've had to do parkour. I should be able to reach it.
Oh, not to worry. I'll get it. It's easy parkour. It's just that book right there, right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll do. No! Oh, no, that's not good.
And then she just killed herself.
At least she went out quickly. All right, let's go get this book. I grabbed the book off the shelf and I started reading. The book said something about a prison where it's impossible to parkour. If the fighters captured my friend, that's probably where they took him. This is good news. This is great news, actually. This is the only evidence I have that my friend might be alive.
You have the only evidence that your friend could be alive, and yet you put the book away instead of keeping it on hand. You're a dumbass. You're an actual fucking dumbass.
And maybe Siwat knows where this prison is. I made my way back to Siwat to get the third compass from him. Alright, I'm back, whether you like it or not. Hello, Siwat, what are you doing in the corner? Are you napping?
Bro, I'm tired. You take so long to get these things.
Look at him on the floor! Look at him on the floor! Bro is too pregnant for this shit. Look at him. He is too pregnant for this shit. He's on the floor, fucking dead. Sprawled out like a starfish. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! He's so fucking pregnant he can't handle it anymore. good chance to. You could either mean that as, oh, we are running away stat, or we are bouncing on that dick. That could mean two things, Egg. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't lay on your back, for your information. Well, this is, see what we're talking about, Toxic Yowie, and both of them are dumbasses in their own way, so, yeah. He's a dumbass in his own way, look at him.
Takes so long to get these things? Bro, I hate you so much. I got the second disc, but it's getting a little trickier to get past the checkpoints, but I still got it. I'm ready to go get the third one. See what threw me the third compass? That would lead me to the Legend of Crystal Parkour. There's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the third and fourth disc first.
Okay, you're right. We'll get
I'm
the
not
discs before the
elaborating.
fighters do. We'll save my friend, and we'll get out of here. As the journey goes on, the jumps get harder and the stakes get higher. I've saved the world by myself before, but this time, I don't know if I can do it alone. But if I can find my friend before it's too late, then I think we have a chance. If I make this parkour course, I'm one step closer to saving the world. Even though this is parkour I've never done before, the good news is I can take my time because there's no one else doing the— oh no, I take that back. There is someone doing the course. This is not good. If that person makes the parkour course before I do, they'll have their hands on one of the 4 discs I need to save the world. Which means I cannot take this parkour course slowly. Every single one of these parkour jumps were made up of crystals. And in all my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never seen jumps like these. But I had to go fast. I had to make the— no! I was the guy who saved Parkour Civilization, and I actually believed I could be the one to do it again.
He's
I had
dead
made
now.
2 of the hardest courses I've ever done to get 2 of the discs, and I was on my way to get the third one. But maybe—
He's dead now, and now see what does not have anyone to leech off of. And leech onto. While pregnant. Ha he ha he ha.
it wasn't my destiny to make it out of this place alive. When I went searching for the Crystal Legend of Parkour, I knew the journey was gonna be rough. The last time I made it through a parkour checkpoint, it resulted in a battle that almost cost me my life. So I kind of figured that this checkpoint would go the same way. I jumped onto the platform ready to parkour battle, but the strange thing is that there was no one here. There was no one guarding the checkpoint, which means I was either lucky or I was leading myself into a trap. Given everything that has happened, it's probably a trap. But the good news is that it was now just me and the hundreds of crystal parkour jumps. Even though I avoided a parkour battle, I was clearly not out of danger. I needed to make my way over to the Parkour Legends course, but that meant I had to figure out what exactly these parkour jumps were. Crystal jumps didn't exist in Parkour Civilization. I was going into this with 0 experience. I tried my best to stay on the crystals that were entire blocks, but at some point, I had no choice but to jump onto the smaller crystals. These crystals were barely big enough to stand on, and if I made the slightest mistake, that could very well mean my journey comes to an end.
Wait for him to show up. He will show eventually.
What was that? Hello? Is anyone there? Oh, great. I think being stuck in this parkour world for so long is making me hallucinate. Well, this is nice. I have to worry about not dying from parkour, and I have to worry about not going crazy. I kept making jumps until I arrived at the place I needed to be. The Crystal Legends parkour course is where I could find the third disc. If I make it, I'll only need 1 more disc to go home. But I had to go fast. I had to make the— no! And with 1 jump, my entire journey was over. I watched as the world of parkour got further and further away. There was nothing to save me now. The damage from the void already started, and within seconds, I would be gone forever. I couldn't do it. I thought I could be the one to save Parkour Civilization again, but I failed. In my last moments of life,
Motherfucker is
everything seemed like
floating
it was
in
in
the
slow motion. I think I
air.
must have been going crazy, because it
He
looked like I
is
was floating
floating in
upwards.
the air.
But that's when I realized I might not be crazy after all. I wasn't dead yet, and I was slowly
I'm
rising
trying to
back
do a
up to the
fucking
world
joke,
of
but my
parkour.
mic
What
is
going
cutting
on? How
off.
is this possible? It was like I was watching my life in reverse. I was floating right back up next to the jump that I just failed. I was at a loss for words, but I might have had a second chance after all. I positioned myself over one of the jumps, and I dropped out of the air. I wasn't dead yet.
It's Parkour Jesus. Jesus Kun, is that you? Parkour Jesus.
I was back on the parkour course. In all my life, I've never heard of something like this happen. If I had to guess, I would say the parkour god saved me once again. When I turned around, I saw someone for a split second running away. My entire dodging death feat that I just pulled completely made me forget that I was still in danger. One of the fighters was ahead of me on this course. When I saw them, they were almost at the end, which means that person might have gotten the disc already. But there's no way to know for sure. That could have been someone else, which means I have to complete the course to see if the disc is still there. Besides, the parkour god probably pulled some strings to get me back on this course, so I owe it to him to try. In Parkour Civilization, the more jumps you make, the more answers you find. But I don't know if I will ever be able to do enough jumps to find the answer to how I'm alive. All I can do now is keep making the jumps and keep moving forward. I have to believe that whatever or whoever saved me from the void wants me to save Parkour Civilization. So I'm gonna try to not test my luck again and
Parkour
make all
god.
of these jumps. As of now,
It's the Cookie Man! He has returned! He's returned for plot armor reasons. Arise, soldier, the plot demands it!
saw no sign of the player that was here before me, and maybe this could be the reason why. Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna need another airlift out of the void. Now was no time to rush. I had to pay attention to exactly how large each crystal was. This jump was barely wide enough to fit through, but it was possible. I jumped into the tunnel, managing to stay on the very edge of the bottom crystal. Even the smallest miscalculation, like hitting my arm on the wall, would send me falling into the void. But luckily, I made it through the tunnel of narrow jumps, and I still had a fighting chance. After making it out, I could see the rest of the course, and I saw no sign of the fighter that was here before me. So that means it is very likely that the person I saw has gotten the disc already. Unfortunately, I have to do a 3.5 vertical block jump to figure that out. I got momentum, and I went for one of the longest vertical jumps I've ever done. Even being the parkour champion, I didn't even know that was possible. But that's kind of been a similarity across all of these parkour courses. Almost all of these jumps that are on the courses don't even exist in Parkour Civilization and are near impossible. I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that's a reason why this entire civilization was removed. Actually, that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, let's just make it out alive and maybe someone will tell me the actual truth. But that's when I went for a jump and I heard something again.
Trust me, I can get the disc. Just let me try.
It was another voice, like the one I heard before. I don't know where it's coming from. I thought it was crazy before, but now that it's happening again, I'm starting to really get worried. Man, my problems keep stacking. I need the disc to still be here. I have to not die in parkour.
He's
and
hallucinating.
now I have voices in my head.
Give him,
Great. Well, I'm gonna need a
give him a
serious
moment.
parkour vacation when
He's
I get back.
hallucinating.
Less than 10 jumps away stood between me and the end of the course. I just have to keep doing my thing and keep making every one of these jumps. No. Okay, let's not do that again. Only few can say they can do a 3-block vertical jump from no momentum. Fortunately, I'm one of those few, and that was the last difficult jump I needed to make to complete the course. Now it was time for the big reveal and find out if I did all of that for nothing. If someone else has this disc, I don't know how I'm gonna get it back, but at least
What if what? What if he's schizophrenic? What if they're in a simulation? That's like the exact opposite of what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know. The Matrix is real. Holy shit!
least I have the other two, so worst case scenario, no one gets out of here. I stepped up onto the pedestal expecting the worst, but to my surprise, in my hand was the third disc. Whoever was on this course before me obviously didn't get it, and now I'm holding 3 of the 4 discs needed to get out of here. Only 1 more disc remains before I can return to Parkour Civilization. That is, if I can survive 1 more of these courses. I started heading back to Siwa to get the compass for the 4th disc, but then it happened again. Find me at the houses. It was another voice in my head, unless it wasn't a voice in my head to begin with. Someone was trying to talk to me, and they were saying they were at the houses? I didn't know what any of the voices meant, but that's when I saw somebody. Standing near one of the houses was someone that I recognized. It was the person I just caught a glimpse of right before I was saved from the void. Whoever this was must have been the person that sent me the message to find them at the houses. But the person still had chain boots on. This was a parkour fighter, meaning there's a good chance that this interaction leads to a parkour battle. But something about this felt different. I don't know why they would be calling me here, but I have to
They're
find
like
out.
little
And even if-
aliens. They're like little aliens. They poke and prod. They pokey pokey pokey. They pokey pokey pokey.
this does end in a battle, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I walked in to see the fighters standing on the other edge of the house. Alright, buddy, if you want to fight, let's get it over with.
If that's how you want to repay me for saving your life, fine.
For saving my life? What are you talking about? I've never even seen you before.
I was watching you do the course. I knew you would fail eventually, so I waited until you fell. When you did, I was there to attack you with a brewing stand jump, and the effect was levitation.
You attacked me with parkour right as I fell. I didn't even know that was possible. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you save my life? You don't even know who I am.
I know you're the parkour champion, and the
I'm Parkour Jesus. I saved your life, bitch. Shut up.
reason I know that is because you've been the pawn of our game ever since you arrived. You've been collecting the discs for us.
No, that's impossible. I fought parkour fighters in battles. I almost died. Why would they try to kill me if they wanted me to get the discs?
Siwat said it would have to be believable.
Oh, so now Siwat's behind this mastermind plan?
Of course he is, and if you don't believe me, jump onto the center block.
I jumped into the middle of the house and it happened again.
If he fights you, you have to lose. This is the only way we win.
It was Siwat's voice. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're making this up.
I'm not. If you parkour across crystals while talking, messages will be trapped inside for years. You're only hearing his voice because he was here setting the trap for you.
I didn't know what to believe. If this was all true, then I've been getting the discs for the enemy the entire time. At this point, I don't even know if anything Siwat has told me is true. If you're in on the plan, then why are you telling me?
Holy shit, he's pregnant in the fan fiction! Yo! He's playing his toxic boyfriend game. I'm sorry. The fucking dramatic bullshit is happening and I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, he got pregnant in the fanfiction. He's like, oh my god. Oh my god. He pregananande. He pregante. Holy shit.
This. What do you want?
Let's just say I don't really like how the plan ends. So I'm hoping that by telling you this, you find a way to win. And in repayment, you can take me back to Parkour Civilization.
How can I be sure you're telling the truth? What if Siwat isn't behind this?
You think it's a coincidence he has those compasses? Why don't you ask him where he got them?
If all of this was true and Siwat was working
Which
with the
reveal
fighters,
the
then I have
pregnancy
no one to
of
blame
this.
but myself. But as far as I'm concerned, I have the 3 discs. I don't know how in the world they plan on getting these off of me, but if I can get the 4th one, then I can get out of here. At least now that I know I might be in a trap, I can focus on getting myself out of it. But I still don't know if that
The
fighter was
pregnancy.
telling me the truth.
What's the reveal like? It's like it's just him going, oh, I know I'm pregnant. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know.
Truth or not. Alright, disc number 3 acquired. Wasn't an easy one, that's for sure, but I still got it.
This is insane. To be honest, I didn't think you would be able to do it, but clearly I'm wrong. Only one more to go and we can get out of here. Here, the compass to the last parkour legend. This one is supposed to be the most terrifying course, so...
One of the sentences. It's Evbo. Evbo's the one who's pregnant in the fanfiction. Because Omega bullshit. And he's currently contemplating whether he should keep the kid or not. And one of the reasons for why he should keep the kid is, and I shit you not, he could teach them how to do a 360 one day. That's one of the reasons why in the fanfiction it's just like, oh yeah, I could keep the kid. 360s. Yes. He's just been listening to you say pregnant, ah.
Good luck.
Well, if there's anyone that can get it done, it's me. Hey, this is just a quick question, but where did you get all of the compasses?
This fanfiction
The
is something, alright.
compasses? Oh yeah, I was just searching through all the chests and I happened to find all of them. Lucky find, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is real lucky.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Oh, that was really
You pregnant
convincing.
manhole.
Yep, I am definitely in a trap.
He knows, right? Yeah, he must have figured it out. It doesn't matter. The plan is in motion, and at this point, there is nothing he can do to stop what's coming. I must say, This plan didn't go exactly how I thought it would, but I have everything I need to get my revenge.
No, the
one more
wholesome Yowie is trapped because of toxic Yowie. His pregnant ass is evil. His pregnant ass is evil. He's so evil.
Parkour course to go, and I can get back to parkour civilization.
Fucking hell, what is this, a forest of Neo jumps?
Unfortunately, this is gonna be the hardest one yet. All of these parkour jumps had one thing in common. These were Neo jumps. Neo jumps are considered some of the hardest jumps in parkour civilization, and for a good reason. The only way you make these jumps is by moving around the block in mid-air. The last time I made a difficult Neo jump, I became parkour champion and I saved the world. But that was one jump, and I'm afraid this course is probably gonna have a lot more than one. After all, this course was made by the Neo legend of parkour, so that probably says something. If I had a choice, I would turn back immediately, but unfortunately I don't. If I want to save the world, I need to get the disc. The entire time I've been here, I've been risking my life to get the discs I need to go home. I thought I've been outsmarting the people in this lost civilization, but it turns out I've been in a trap this entire time, and Siwat has been behind it all. I was tricked into collecting the discs for the enemy, and I can only assume that they have a plan to get the discs off of me so they can escape. I couldn't help be disappointed with myself for trusting Siwat. How did I not see this coming? I mean, Siwat literally worked for the evil champion and ran the lab that systematically controlled all of parkour civilization. You know, I probably should have thought about those things a little more before trusting him, but obviously it's way too late now. I gotta give him credit. As much as I dislike Siwat because he is objectively evil, his plan is extremely well thought out. And now that's put me in a very difficult position. On one hand, I could just throw all of the discs in the void and no one gets them. If I went down that route, Siwat and all of the people here can't escape and destroy parkour civilization, but then I wouldn't be able to get
baby
back home
trapping
myself,
manipulation
so
is
I
crazy
sacrificing
work.
myself for option 1. Now with option 2, I continue to play my part and get the discs. As long as I have all 4 on me, there still might be a way to get out of here alive without bringing them back to parkour civilization.
He believed. He believed so much. I love how we've all just collectively agreed to the fact of just adding the fact that there's just a pregnancy involved in this. Like, there is no pregnancy involved in this story, but I just love how the fact that we've just all collectively agreed, yeah, he pregnant.
As I was going over all of the possible futures, I noticed the course changed to Neo Ice Jumps. It seemed like this last course was a combination of all of the Parkour Legend courses, with of course adding new jumps to everything. Oh, I forgot how much I hated these types of jumps. Okay, but back to seeing if I can outsmart Siwat's plan. No matter what option I choose, the biggest problem is my friend. The old woman at the library told me my friend is trapped in some prison. And if I remember correctly, there's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the third and
The
fourth
fan art
disc
said it,
first.
boys.
Well, now that I know that Siwat was the one behind the evil plan, I think it's safe to say that Siwat has my friend locked up in a prison somewhere. If that is the case, then I think I know what
Can you
Siwat's
shut up,
plan is.
Tummy?
He's gonna use my friend as leverage to have me give
I
him
know
the
you're
discs.
hungry,
It all
Tummy,
makes
but
sense
we're not
now.
eating.
There's no way he could
I
get
got
the discs
biscuits.
off of me, so that means
You can
I'll
have
either
that.
have to choose the discs or the life of
Bitch.
my friend. That's assuming I finish this course and don't die in the void, so I can get the last one. But to be honest, even though one jump could end it all, I knew I was gonna finish this course. There's a reason Siwat made this elaborate plan to get me to do the courses, and it's the same reason why all the parkour fighters must have joined him. There's only one person that exists in this world that is good enough at parkour to make these courses, and that person is me, the parkour champion. Siwat and all of the people in this civilization put their faith in me, because they knew that without me, they would never make it back alive. Well, I hate to disappoint them, but I don't plan on bringing Siwat or the evil parkour fighters back to parkour civilization. If all goes according to plan, there will only be 3 people going back home. So, it's time to get this plan over with and get out of this place once and for all. After making it out of the field of Neo Jumps, I was met with 2 parkour fighters.
Thank you for retrieving the discs for us, champion. Now, you will do exactly what we say if you want to stay alive. Siwat requests your presence.
This was it. Siwat had 2 parkour fighters waiting for me to ensure that I didn't run off with the discs. Normally, I would say that was a well thought out plan on his part, but I don't think he ever questioned the loyalty of his followers. Fortunately for me, I've got someone on the inside.
Hey, let's go. Keep it moving, champion. Why are you stopping?
Well, just trying to catch my breath before this parkour battle. I quickly placed down a ladder and attacked the parkour fighter with a 3-block diagonal ladder jump. I would say good luck in this battle, but I think you'll have a hard time with a 2v1. The parkour fighter turned around to see that the other fighter had an attack of his own build. Yep, this parkour fighter was my guy on the inside.
No, you're working with the champion? How could you? Fine, it doesn't matter. I'll take you
Just
both
like
on
I
by myself.
did.
I'm sure this will be the easiest parkour.
Well, that didn't last long. Wait a minute, I knew that guy, didn't I?
We've been best friends
Well,
since we were
at
kids.
least
I
there's
don't know
no
what I'd do
villain arc
without
for him.
Alright, you're good to go.
Oh, that's right. I made his buddy jump into the void. Well, at least they're together now.
Let's keep it moving. We don't have much time.
Yay!
Yep, alright, sorry. Let's get back to work. So far, the plan I had was going smoothly. Siwat had his mastermind plan set up for me, so it was only fair that I fight back. Before I went to the Neo Legend course, I visited my ally. Okay, I accept your offer. If you want to come back to Parkour Civilization, you need to help me.
Finally, you came to your senses. We're gonna need to move fast if we want to make this work.
So, you're saying after I get the disc, Siwat is gonna have fighters waiting for me?
That's right, but he won't suspect that I'm working with you. I'll make sure I'm one of the fighters and we can escape to the temple.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, I really hope this works. Step 1 was getting the disc. Step 2 was making it to the temple without guards. And now it's time for step 3. Alright, you ready?
Yes, this has to work. I'll go distract Siwat and find out where he's keeping your friend. You just focus on beating the parkour legends and getting the door open.
Right, the parkour battles. I kind of forgot about that. Time was of the essence. I needed my ally to distract Siwat for as long as possible so I had time to beat the parkour legends. I also needed to hope that my ally would find my
Shadow
parkour
voice.
master friend and free him from his prison. There were a lot of moving parts to this plan, but I think it could work.
You know what? Yeah, you're
Unfortunately,
right,
the
you're right.
plan already had its first hiccup. The path I chose to go up the temple was destroyed. The only way up to the top was from the other side. Now, I just gotta hope that those few minutes of lost time weren't enough to ruin the plan. It was a good sign that I didn't see any parkour fighters around though. But that's when I glanced inside the bottom level of the parkour temple and I saw someone. But this wasn't a parkour fighter. This was someone with gold boots. I ran inside to see my parkour master friend standing on a single chain over the void. The last time we saw each other was in Parkour Civilization. You're alive! Let's go!
The wholesome
Oh,
Yowie!
no. Standing to my right was a parkour fighter with an attack already set up. That's an easy attack. Don't worry, I'll handle this.
No, stop. That attack was for me. If I don't make that jump, I die. I don't have any blocks to build with, so I'm stuck here. But if you attack him, that will force his battle with me to end, and I'll also die.
Okay, this is not an ideal
What the
situation.
fuck
so
are the
how
rules
do I
for
stop
parkour
this?
battling? They
Go
make no
up.
sense.
Siwat is waiting for you up there.
Of course he is. Well, so much for my master plan to defeat the guy with the better master plan. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. Just don't move. Not that you can move, but don't worry, I'll figure something out. Alright, time to make my way to the top and probably face an ambush. There was nothing I could do now. I couldn't think of a single move to get out of this. If I even make the slightest notion that I'm gonna start a parkour battle, my friend will die. That means I have no choice but to just fall right into Siwat's plan. Well, I have been known to improvise, so let's do that. Alright, let's get this over with. So, you want me to help you destroy Parkour Civilization?
Now you're talking some sense. You know, a part of me actually enjoyed our little team up and getting each disc. I mean, you got them, but it was fun sitting back and letting you do the work. Now, I'm closer than ever to achieving my goal of destroying Parkour Civilization once and for all.
That doesn't make any sense. You said it yourself. You live in Parkour Civilization. Why would you want to destroy it?
I haven't told this to anyone before, but since I've already won, I might as well tell you. I didn't join Parkour Civilization. I was born here on this level of civilization. I might be the only one alive who remembers when this level was still a part of Parkour Civilization.
Yeah, it is like
and
Pokemon.
I might be the only one who knows
Like
what kind of a
Pokemon, but if you
monster
go
the
to
old
another
man
battle,
was.
you're fucked.
My
You're fucked,
parents
and you're
warned
fucked.
me about the old man. They told me to rank up before it was too late. Unfortunately, my parents were both too stubborn to rank down and too old to rank up. So, I left my family and became a parkour master. My parents were the ones who told me to use brewing stands to give myself
This motherfucker just abandoned his parents to die. Like, he just left his parents to die. This motherfucker just abandoned his parents. I'm fucking crying.
the resistance effect. And that was exactly what allowed me to remember when the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it. In doing so, he wiped all memories of this place, except mine, because of the potion effect. After that,
All this serious talk and then there's just Embo with that derpy ass face. Like all this serious talk, and then that's just Embo's face.
all memories of this place, except mine, because of the potion effect. After that, how could I ever trust the system? The so-called beloved parkour champion wiped out my entire family.
That can't be true. Why would the old man do that? It just doesn't add up. He was kind and nice, and he cared about people.
You know, the funny part is that no one even knew. It was supposedly over a fight. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
A fight? What kind of fight would lead to an action like that?
Alright, enough of that. What's in the past is in the past. Let's focus on what's gonna happen from here. I don't need the discs. Instead, I'm gonna have you battle all of the parkour legends yourself, and get that door open for me. I will then get my revenge on Parkour Civilization. And if you choose not to, well, your friend is obviously the price you pay.
I have to do it. I can't let my friend die because of the mistakes I made. I'm the one who brought him here. I have no choice. Let's just hope I think of something later when I get that door open.
I trust you'll come to the right decision. You always do.
Oh, well, here goes nothing. Given everything that's happened in my life, I never thought there'd be a time where I'd have to say this. But it's time to go help destroy Parkour Civilization. It was time to fight the legends of parkour. Under normal circumstances, I probably would have been excited for these parkour battles. I mean, come on, fighting someone who has mastered a specific type of parkour? That sounds pretty awesome to me. Unfortunately for me, these are not normal circumstances. Because if I beat all 4 of these parkour legends, I will cause the downfall of Parkour Civilization. But that's assuming I beat these legends in parkour battles, and if I don't, well, I will die, and Parkour Civilization will probably be destroyed anyways. So, that means plan A is to help destroy Parkour Civilization and hope I figure out a plan in the meantime. I thought I had a real chance to beat Siwat and save the world, but it turns out he was one step ahead of me the entire time. My friend is captured, and if I don't do exactly what Siwat says, he'll be gone forever. So that leaves me with no choice but to help Siwat escape so he can destroy Parkour Civilization once and for all. Alright, well, here goes nothing. It's time to fight the first legend of parkour. I threw the disc into the hopper, waiting for something to happen. I saw nothing, but then, a few seconds later, someone appeared on one end of the battlefield. And this person was wearing diamond boots. So, you're the ice legend of parkour? Why do you have champion boots on?
That's because I am a parkour champion. Well, I was one a long time ago. I won the battle to become champion using—
He sounds like those YouTubers. He sounds like those YouTubers that talk about Pokemon facts. And I know that's so oddly specific, but if you know, you know what I'm on about. He sounds like those YouTubers that talk about Pokemon facts. Like, listen to him.
Champion. Well, I was one a long time ago. I won the battle to become champion using ice blocks. So yeah, I got the Ice Legend title, but all of the parkour legends are just previous champions throughout history.
He sounds like he talks about Pokemon facts on his YouTube channel. I can hear it! Oh my god! I was like, that's too oddly specific. That's too oddly specific. But no, you get it. Okay, good. We
so
Gucci.
Every parkour legend was a parkour champion at some point. That's awesome. Wait, so are you real? Or what even are you?
Real? Absolutely. Alive? Not so much. All of us are spirits of our past lives, and we exist now only for parkour battles. But enough questions. Prepare to fight.
The ice legend said I have everything I need to battle inside the chest. When I first came here, the chest was empty, but now the chest had 3 stacks of ice blocks inside of it. These ice blocks were the only blocks I had to attack with. No other types of blocks were allowed. It's time to find out if I can do ice block jumps better than the ice legend of parkour. The ice legend attacked first. His first attack was a 4-block vertical jump.
Tension derailed. Yeah, tension derailed just because of his fucking Pokemon YouTuber voice.
attack for sure, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. My choices were to either make the exact same jump or do a harder one, but I had to remind myself that this was only the first of 4 battles, so I'm not gonna try to risk it all in the first fight. I defended the first attack successfully and the battlefield reset. Alright, let's go. It's my time to attack now. My first attack was a parkour combo with a 5-block jump chained into a 3-block diagonal jump. I thought the attack wouldn't be hard enough, but to my surprise, the Ice Legend failed the jump. The battle was going my way, but it was far from over. If I mess up and get hit by an attack, I don't know how much damage these will do. That's why I had to get this over with. For my next attack, I set up a 6-block vertical jump. All of my training with ice blocks paid off, and I made the jump. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna pretend I almost didn't slip off there. I watched as the Ice Legend went for the jump, but failed once again. This was the second attack in a row that I landed. One more and it should be over. But I got ahead of myself. I attempted 2 5-block jumps in a row and I failed. Oh, that's
You
not good.
are
I
an
should've just made my
idiot.
attack. The Ice Legend set up a difficult 3-jump combo and made it. It was time to defend again. I went for the combo, but I slipped off on the 3rd jump. The attack did 7 hearts of damage. If these combos get any harder, I could risk losing all 10 hearts in one attack. But if I land one more attack, I should win the battle. And the only way to attack in this position is to do a harder jump than that one. Okay, it's time for a terrible idea. I built the same attack, but added a 360 to the 5-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I cannot believe that worked.
This is a level of parkour I have not yet seen.
The risk paid off, and the Ice Legend was defenseless against the 360.
Looks like you've won the first battle. I hope you know what you're doing.
You hope I know what I'm
No,
doing?
the fuck
what
we
does that mean?
don't.
But before he could answer, the
Oh,
Ice
he
Legend was
did.
gone, and the parkour battle was over. Why did
The
the
legend
Ice
just got
say
fucking
that? What
murdered,
did he
y'all.
mean by that? I mean, I know I'm basically causing the destruction of parkour civilization, but I don't know how he would know that. Alright, doesn't matter. I'm still alive. The blocks I used to fight with disappeared from my inventory, and it was time to move on to the second battle. Going into the next fight, I realized I was wearing my chain boots the entire time. Since there was no point of trying to blend in anymore with the parkour fighters, I put back on my champion boots and started regenerating health. Okay, having full hunger makes me feel much better about these parkour fights. So basically, the only way I lose is if I
Fuck you mean by that, Egg? I can hear the cringe error from you. The fuck you mean? What? Look at me, Egg. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You gotta do some clarification there. What do you mean you can hear the cringe error from me? What do you mean? Let me be cringe. Let me be free. You dare?
get hit by an attack that does 10 hearts. So let's just try not to do that. It was time for the second fight. I threw in the disc and
A
summoned
wither
the
skeleton? Okay. A wither skeleton is the Legend of Glass. I'm too lazy to type it. Okay. Good enough. A wither skeleton is the Legend of Glass. That's kind of ironic, but okay.
last legend of parkour.
Yo, I'm finally free. Let's go. The old
I never want to hear his voice ever again, please.
man said I'd be gone for a while, but I didn't think it would be that long.
Wait. Did you say the old man, as in the parkour champion old man? How do you know him?
Bro, I'm not here to answer any questions. I'm just trying to parkour battle.
Okay, I'm not sure what's...
Yeah, veto that voice. Veto that voice real quick. Can we veto that voice? Veto. We getting free vetoes? Okay, we all vetoing? Shut up. Can we please annihilate this man? Mods, nuke his ass.
What's up with these parkour legends, but they clearly don't like to talk about anything. But I always say you have to parkour for the truth sometimes, so let's go and do that. I turned around and the glass legend already had an attack built, but he failed the attack. It was
I was gonna pause it and be like, damn, he did that quick, and then he failed it before he could even do an attack. Oh my god, no. It makes me think of those. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Skinny Penis.
It was now my turn, and beating the Ice Legend with the 360 made me realize something. These legends were parkour champions a long time ago, and parkour jumps have evolved so much since then, which is why it was time to start attacking with jumps from the new age. I attacked with a 1.5 block backwards diagonal jump. Even when the fate of the world is on the line, I'm not afraid to hit him with the Evbo special, and it was no surprise that the Glass Legend didn't even get close.
Bro, why are you so good?
I started.
Why does he sound constantly hungry? Like, bro, give me the food already. I've waited 2 minutes. Hurry it up. I'm starving. Give me my burger. Give me my steak. I've waited 2 minutes. Bro!
Setting up a more difficult parkour combo. If my parkour math is correct, this attack should be enough to win. Come on, 360, 2 block, 360. Oh, let's go. I gotta say, I love.
Bro, I'm hungry. Give me nuggets now. Where? Where? I want nuggies. Give me nuggies. Where? That's what it reminds me of. Just like, wah, give me food. No, give me nuggies. I'm so hungry. It's been 2 minutes. Hurry up. Wah. I am suspiciously good at that. Can you tell I'm suspiciously good at sounding like a little brat? A whiny little brat? How about I give you a long noogie? That'll make you bald. No, not my hair, please. No, not my hair, please. It's long and luscious. Look at it. Don't do that to my hair, please. No. Look at it. It's beautiful, it's long, and it's luscious. Give me a noogie on my belly to remove that belly button. I don't know why I have a belly button on my belly and I don't like that. Give me a noogie so you can erase my belly button. Please.
Parkour battles. As expected, the Glass Legend of Parkour looked very discouraged, and I had a feeling the battle was already over. He set up the jumps, and he failed the first 360. Okay. Hey, no offense, but how did you become a parkour champion?
Alright, yeah, I wasn't cut out for such an important job. Alright, bro, I hope you know what you're doing.
How did he even become a champion? That is my question. Who was the champion before him? For him to be able... One second, I'm moving my headphones. Who was the champion before him for him to be able to become champion? That is my question.
And, when you see the next parkour champion, can you, not mention my name?
Wait, why is this such an important job? And he's gone, of course. Why do I have a feeling that there's something important they're not telling me? The Glass Legend said the old man said he'd be gone for a while, but what does that mean? But that's when I remembered Siwat's story. If the old man did erase this entire level of civilization, maybe the parkour legends knew about it. Okay, I could be onto something here, but let's just get past this third battle. I threw in the disc and summoned the third legend of parkour.
So, it looks like you're almost at the top. The battles must be tiring you out by now.
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the Ice Legend was kind of hard, but the Glass Legend didn't really fight back that much.
Bro, he was the second battle? That guy was only the parkour champion for 2 hours before I beat him. He's terrible.
What in the Pokemon? What in the Kalos region of no, not Kalos, Kanto region of Pokemon? Ah, yeah, your best friend just became champion, and now you're going to fucking... Ah, yeah, some other dude just became champion. Let's steal that from him so fucking fast. That's what it reminded me of. Ah, yeah, I was the champion for 2 hours. And then some dude just stole it from me. So, yay.
Alright, whatever. I can promise you're not making it past me.
Bro, parkour champion for 2 hours? That's embarrassing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Surprised he even got there in the first place.
Yeah,
It was time to battle
saying.
the crystal legend of parkour. Crystals are some of the blocks that don't exist in parkour civilization. So as of now, I have zero experience.
My question is, how the fuck is he the legend of amethysts and crystals if there is no amethysts and crystals in parkour civilization? How the fuck?
With building crystal parkour jumps, but I had a feeling I was gonna have to adapt quickly. The crystal legend built a 3-jump parkour combo that looked like something I've never done before. I made the first jump, but I just barely missed the second jump. The attack did 7.5 hearts, so I was still alive, but it was not a good confidence booster. The crystal legend immediately went into his second parkour combo attack, but that's when I saw the perfect opportunity to put the battle in my hands. I built the exact same parkour combo as he did, and went back to my strategy of adding the Evbo signature move whenever it was possible. Changing the first jump to a 360 put the battle back in my favor. Surprisingly, the crystal legend made the 360, but didn't get enough momentum for the second jump. My strategy was working for all of the parkour legends, so why change? I attacked with a backwards 2-block jump into a backwards 360. Honestly, I don't even know how I made that parkour combo. Once again, the crystal legend of parkour was defenseless.
Well, there's nothing
No
to
one knew
say,
crystal
except I
jumps.
hope you know what you're doing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Good luck.
And just like that,
Guys.
the battle was won. But that was the second parkour legend to tell me that they hope I know what I'm doing. I just don't get it. I feel like the answer is right in front of me, but I can't make sense of anything. The parkour legends don't want to talk, but why? As far as they're concerned, I'm just trying to open the door to get back to parkour civilization. This doesn't make sense, but let's just get this last battle over with. I threw in the disc to summon the final legend of parkour, the legend of Neo Jumps.
Well, this is unexpected to be sure. Nevertheless.
Yo, why he got that sapnap attire on right now? Look, I've got to give someone in this stream at least a bit of PTSD. I gotta give someone in this stream a bit of PTSD today. And if it's by me saying he's got that sapnap attire, it's by me saying he got that sapnap attire.
Here you are. This is the last battle to open the door. I wish you the best, whatever the outcome may be.
Wait, before we start, can you just tell me what the old man has to do with all of this? I know there's something.
I'm afraid that's not for me to say, but if all goes right, you will never know.
I thought making it to the final parkour legend would give me some answers, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. The two outcomes are I either live without the truth or die without the truth, so obviously I'm going to choose option 1. In this final battle, the Neo legend let me attack first. I started off the battle with a 2-block Neo jump, but the parkour legend didn't look worried. He built the attack, but then added on another Neo jump to the end. Just by the look of it, I already knew that this attack would deal heavy damage if I failed it. But likewise, if I make a harder jump and I make it, I could end this battle with 1 attack. Alright, that sounds like a plan. Let's do 2 double Neos. I made the jump harder and I went for it. Come on! No! I hit the wall on the second jump, missing the counter attack, taking 9 hearts of damage. If that parkour attack
Hey,
was
I did
even
it! I got
harder,
so
my
much
journey would have been
PTSD to
over.
arise.
But the
Let's
important
go!
thing is it's not, and I must keep fighting. Unfortunately, I was already under pressure again, facing an attack of 6 Neo jumps in a row. Okay, nice and easy, 1 at a time. 3, 4, come on, just 1 more. Please, no! I saw my life flash before my eyes as the attack took me down to half a heart. I was losing this battle, and if it keeps going this way, 1 more attack will be the end of me. As of now, I don't see how I can beat the Neo legend at Neo jumps, which means I know how this is gonna end. If I want to open that door, I'm gonna have to do something extremely reckless. This is quite possibly the worst idea I've ever had. I watched as the Neo legend built his next parkour combo, but I wasn't even worried about that. I knew he would make the jumps. After all, Neo jumps are his specialty. What I was worried about was my jump. I don't know if this is possible, but all I know is that if I make it, I win. Of course, if I don't, well, we already know how that goes. It's hard to rationalize this decision because I'm basically doing all of this just for Siwat to destroy parkour civilization. But it will save my friend and give me time to find a way to—
You're letting your toxic ex who's pregnant do this. He's got you wrapped around his finger. Because he's pregnant. dumbass.
To save the world later. Alright, time to make this impossible jump. I mean, this jump could potentially change our understanding of park. Okay, I'm just gonna jump. I jumped off the platform doing a 180 and traveled around the block backwards. Yep, of course. What was I thinking? Journey is over because I thought I could do a backwards neo jump. Wait, I'm alive. I actually did it. By some miracle, the backwards neo jump changed the entire parkour battle.
I have nothing left to say, except I yield. I don't know who you are, but I hope you have the strength for what's to come.
The Neo Legend forfeited the battle and it was over. I had beaten all 4 parkour legends, and the door at the top of the staircase was open. I survived, and now there was a way back to parkour civilization. Except for a second, I forgot that I wasn't gonna be the one going back. I had just barely finished the battle, but Siwat was already waiting for me. Oh man, well, I survived, but
Your
now
pregnant
I have
ex
to watch
is
parkour
fast.
civilization be destroyed. I walked into the hallway that was at the top of the parkour temple. This reminds me of all of the times that I ranked up in parkour civilization. Not that it counts for anything, but it's kind of cool that I ranked up again in a way.
I want you to know that everything I told you was true, except I left out one thing.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. Alright, what is it?
The old
Wow, who would have thunk it? The toxic ex left something out. Wow. Anyway, continue a conversation. So important, I guess.
old man's fight was supposedly with his friend.
With his friend? Okay. Is there a point you're trying to get at? I mean, are you about to come out with some crazy take about how, like, we're friends and we fight all the time, but it's okay? I mean, you're literally about to destroy parkour civilization.
I never said I would be the one to destroy parkour civilization.
Wait, what? So, what does that mean? I started thinking about what Siwat just said. The old man had a fight with his friend? Why does that mean something? Wait, what did that old woman at the library say? She thought she knew me, but how could she?
I never blamed you for what you did.
The child
I know
will hear it. Yeah, they're arguing. The child will hear. They're not even. The child isn't even born and they're hearing all this. Bro! Imagine, like, while he was doing all this shit, he was getting all the discs or something. See what just fucking gave birth? I don't know. He was getting all of the discs. See what just gave birth. So there is a child now in this. There is a child. Why am I suddenly adding a child? It's for the funny comedic effect, and also toxic yaoi. Dad and Dad 2, stop fighting. Yeah, Dad 2, please stop fighting. This isn't you. The child is alive. It's a baby. The baby is crying because they're arguing. Boom, we've updated the law. The baby now exists. The baby is born, and the baby is upset because her parents are arguing with one another. Because toxic yaoi
was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know.
Yeah, it adds more lore if the baby is born. The baby got born while he was getting the discs. So the baby is born.
But I have no clue what she's talking about. She knew where my friend was too. She gave me the book that talked about the prison he was in.
I assume you're here to get
The
your
Parkour.
friend,
My friend? You know where my friend is? Wait a minute. When I saw her, I wasn't wearing my chain boots. I was wearing my champion boots.
When the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
The woman didn't know me. She thought I was the old man. And if she thought I was the old man, she wasn't talking about my friend being imprisoned.
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
The old man removed this entire level of civilization to imprison his friend. Getting to the top of this temple was never a way back to parkour civilization. It was a prison. And that means Siwat's plan was never to get out. It was to help free the person that the old man banished from parkour civilization. What have I done?
So, the old man is gone.
No! No! Huh? I'm sitting back down. Continue speaking.
That's a shame. If only.
Damn. Okay. 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 Damn, not only is his Minecraft skin hot, his voice! Goddamn. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see how long it takes until I go feral because of his voice. Here we go. Look, it's the hot man. It's the hot man. Fawning over a clown. Shut up! Don't judge me. I've had histories with clowns. Let's see how long it takes until I go feral over his voice. Hong Kong, am I right? Show me a honkers. Honky. Honky, 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 honky. Anyway, let's see how long it takes until I go feral.
He was around to see what I'm gonna do. The parkour civilization.
This is it. One final parkour battle to save the world. The fate of parkour civilization is in my hands now, and my opponent is one of the most fearsome parkour fighters in all of history. And I was the one who helped him escape. I defeated every parkour legend thinking that I—
Evbo! Shut the fuck up, Evbo. I want to hear the hot man speak. Because he's got a hot voice. Now shut up, Evbo, and let him speak. Because he... Ooh.
was helping Siwat get back to parkour civilization. I thought he was gonna be the one to destroy the world, but it turns out that was never his plan to begin with. His plan was to get me to unleash something even worse. Someone who had been banished to this lost civilization. What have I done? Coming to this civilization was a mistake.
Shut
I don't
up.
know who this person is, but if the old man wiped out this entire level just to imprison his friend, it was probably for a good reason.
That plan took a lot of, well, planning. And now, you get to watch how beautifully this unfolds.
You must be very proud. Your plan was perfect. You have everything you need. So, now, give me back my friend.
Whoa, not yet, buddy. Got one more thing to do first. Why don't you go introduce yourself to the villain of parkour?
The villain of parkour! Foreshadowing is a narrative device, blah blah blah. The villain of parkour. I'm not even listening to Evbo anymore. I just want to hear the hot clown talk.
Of parkour? I walked up the steps to see the prisoner completely surrounded by lava.
I hear you were friends with the old man. That makes...
A fucking car engine. Oh god. This motherfucker has said how many words already? Like 2? Oh, he said his 3 words. 3 words and it's already activated some fucking neuron in my brain. Ooh. Can I have that clownussy?
2 of us. I'm surprised he didn't throw you away like he did to me.
If you were actually friends with the—
Sir? 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 Sir, I'm hungry. Sir, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Can I have your dick? Can I have the clown's dick, please? let me just like a little munch. Can I just eat his flesh? Like unironically, can I eat it? I'm hungry. Can I just eat you? Listen, it does not take long for me to go feral over a hot clown with a hot voice. So shut up with the fucking cross.
Old man, then explain all of this. Why would he wipe out an entire level of civilization just to imprison one person?
He was scared of what I had discovered.
Bite play is insane. Nah, I'd class it as cannibalism, but yeah, true, you right. Bite play, yeah, bite play. Yeah, don't, it wasn't cannibalism. Rephrase that. It's not cannibalism, I swear. No.
What was the term he used again? An illegal form of parkour.
Forgive me for not understanding, but you said an illegal form of parkour? What could you have discovered about parkour to make it illegal?
It's time.
What?
What I discovered is time. Since the beginning, parkour battles have always been one move after
I've
another.
had worse than
until
bite
I
play
realized
requested.
that they never had to.
Requested for
You see,
what?
If you challenge someone to a race, it's the ultimate form of parkour fighting. It's the idea that you are willing to risk everything, that you will not only make the jumps, but you make them faster than your opponent.
You know that one meme? You know that one audio meme where it's just like blah blah blah. Lore, side story, main story, shit like that. Like the girl is talking and then it's just like blah 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 blah, side story, extra lore, shit like that. That's me with this voice right now, because like, oh my god, I cannot pay attention to anything he is saying right now. Like, oh, I cannot pay attention to anything he is saying right now. It's a very attractive voice, and I am turning into a motorcycle because of it.
Parkour race.
I'm gonna lose
when
my
I first
brain
came to this level of civilization, one of the fighters challenged me to a battle. He said that the battle would start and end on a single block, and when I didn't do the jumps, I would have died if it wasn't for my totem of undying. That wasn't just a regular parkour battle, that was a parkour race. How was an attack like that able to do 10 hearts?
Racing has no limits. Once you challenge someone to a race, you either win or you
Help
die.
us.
No in
We
between.
need this.
If that's true, then someone with that type of power could take over the entire world. No one would be
Listen, I wasn't expecting his voice to be deep. This video will never finish as long as he's here. I think he's gonna be here for the rest of the episode. Egg. There's one thing though. There's one thing I'm gonna say. I wasn't expecting his voice to be like that. I was expecting something else. I wasn't expecting that. And honestly, oh, I'm gonna collapse.
to fight back. And that's exactly why Siwat's breaking him out of prison. The old man must have known that parkour racing could destroy thousands of lives. That's why he went through such great lengths to make sure that this type of parkour never made it back to parkour civilization. But now it's too late. I let this evil back into the world. What do you want? What are you even gonna do to parkour civilization?
I'm going to do what I'd set out to do a long time ago, enlighten the world with my new form of parkour battles.
I turned around to see that Siwat had built a parkour attack, but this was something I've never seen before. Siwat said there's only one more thing I have to do.
No,
if I
I'm
get
not
hit
chilling.
by this parkour attack, he'll give me back my friend. What is this attack? Why are there armor stands? And why do you need to hit me with the attack?
You know, I can't beat you in a fair fight. and I just want to land a good hit on you.
I can't believe that even after Siwat's plan worked, he still feels the need to prove that he's better than me. But it doesn't really matter at this point. He has my friend, and I have to deal with whatever he throws at me so I can get him back. He could be lying. This attack might be enough to kill me, but I was willing to take that chance. Thankfully, it barely did any damage. Okay, great. You got the satisfaction of hitting me in a parkour battle, so can we be done now?
Who knew? Armor stand attacks can take the boots right off of a player. Even champion.
Motherfucker, you're pregnant. Oh, wait, you're not pregnant anymore. Motherfucker, you had a baby. Stop. Stop. You had a baby not long ago. Stop. 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 Stop.
Boots.
In Siwat's hand was a pair of champion boots, and they weren't just any pair, they were mine. My champion boots were gone, just taken straight out of my inventory. How is this possible? What are you planning to do with those?
You can relax now. Your time as the champion is over.
Stop! This isn't like you! Siwat, stop! This isn't like you! It was all part of the plan. Motherfucker gave birth and his instant thought was, okay, I'm gonna get the villain of parkour out and about after giving birth to Evbo's kid, and then I'm gonna steal his boots. Master plan.
I watched as Siwat walked over to the parkour villain and threw the champion boots at his feet. Oh no, this is not good. If the parkour villain gets access to the command blocks, there would be no stopping him.
Well, this is my ticket home.
And just like that, I was no longer the parkour champion. I just gave the most dangerous player in the world unlimited food and access to the blocks that control parkour civilization. Siwat handed him blocks, and at that moment, I knew my journey was coming to an end.
Now, before I return to parkour civilization, I need a good fight.
Yep, this is the end for me. Throughout my life, I've overcome the most difficult situations, but this is a fight.
Getting pounded to gain trust is something only a Minecrafter would do. Oh my god, Egg, jeez!
That I don't think I can win. I've never even done a parkour race before, and I'm fighting against the person who invented it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to find a way to be faster than the parkour villain. The odds are stacked against me, but as long as I'm still here, I'll never stop fighting to save the world. Well, let's do this.
I have to say, I'm going to enjoy watching this. I finally get to see you crumble.
You.
Look at her focus. Eyes closed, so listen. Yeah, listen to the hot man. The hot clown.
Prepare for a parkour race. You've served your purpose in this life. I offer you a quick and merciless death.
The parkour villain didn't challenge me to a battle, he challenged Siwat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing? I'm the one who helped you escape. You, clearly made a mistake. I'm, just gonna take off before I... What's happening to me? Why am I stuck? I can't move.
I watched as Siwat tried to run away, but he couldn't. Whatever the parkour villain was doing brought him back into the battle. It was like a force he couldn't escape. What was this power? I didn't even know what to think. Just a moment ago, I thought I was about to die. And now I'm watching one of my greatest enemies fight for his life. The parkour villain didn't even start the race yet. He was just watching Siwat. But then he took off. Before this, I had never seen someone move so effortlessly through a parkour course. Within the blink of an eye, the parkour villain was already at the last jump.
Hypno play? Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, fuck yeah! Please tell me there's some hypnosis involved in this, cause that's my thing, baby! Oh boy, I love me some hypnosis. Mind control. That clown can hypnotize me any fucking day, man. That clown, jester, whatever the fuck he is, I don't know. It's hard to tell from his blocky skin. But I don't care. That black and red motherfucker can hypnotize me any day. I love me some hypnosis. I love me some hypnosis. That's my go-to tag on Rule 34. That's my go-to tag. Besides slime, cause slime feels nice. You know, slime. It just feels so cold and nice, and You know what? You know what? It just feels nice. You know what I mean? Slime do be feeling nice. Now shove it up your vagina. Dubcon, Hypnoplay, Bite Play, ASMR. Damn, you got some good shit. You got some good shit. I like that fucked up shit. People on TikTok, if they find out my kinks, they would go absolutely fucking haywire. Not because it's illegal, but just because it's not vanilla. I love me some hypnosis. That jester can hypnotize me any fucking day.
Just let me live.
The villain made the last jump and the race was over. Siwa lost.
I suppose I had this coming for me, didn't I? For what it's worth, I was telling.
How about some knife stuff? Ooh, blood play. I like blood play, but not my blood. Not because I get squeamish over my blood or anything. It's just my skin is very sensitive. I could do it to another person though.
Telling the truth when I said I enjoyed working with you.
And just like that, the parkour villain had claimed his first victim. Siwa, the one who would betray me over and over, was betrayed by his own plan. Right when the
the baby doesn't have a mom anymore. The baby doesn't have a mom anymore. The law thickens. The mom is dead. Wait, when did we get to porn tags? Hypnosis. Hypnosis. Just hypnosis. Just hypnosis. Anyway, the mom is dead. Siwa is dead. The baby doesn't have a mom anymore. Yeah, the baby only has a dad now. Motherfucker! He kidnapped the baby! The jester just kidnapped the baby!
over, the parkour villain didn't even acknowledge me and started running away.
The
He
jester
must
just
know a way
kidnapped the
back to
baby!
Parkour civilization, right? If that's the case, then there's still a chance I can catch up and battle him before he does. Bro, did he seriously jump off the temple
Baby
with
can't
no
catch
water
a
bucket?
fucking break.
Oh man, this guy's insane. But I have to battle him, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little relieved
Oh
that
my
he
god,
chose to
the
battle
main
Siwa instead of
character
me,
baby
but I
on
can't let him
play.
escape without at least putting up a fight. If I challenge him to a battle before he challenges me to a race, I might be able to keep the battle in my hands. The parkour villain has been trapped here for years, and he might know how to parkour race, but I'm gonna bet he's never battled against someone who can do 360s. I made it
Yeah,
down
in
to
the
the ground
making.
level, and I
Main
spotted
character
the villain.
baby in
He
the
looked like he
making.
knew where he was going, so he must know the way back.
Baby's gonna turn into a YN. Already lost one parent.
Fast, but I managed to keep
And
him
now the baby's been kidnapped. In the span of God knows how long since she's been born.
my sights. I followed him all the way until we hit the edge of this level of civilization. I don't understand. There's nowhere left to go. Alright, let's not waste any more time. I only have one shot at this. I quickly placed down 3 blocks and I attacked with 2 3-block 360s. This was it. The battle had started and there would be no turning back now. This was life or death.
I was waiting for you to fight back. A neat little trick you did there with the 360s. Unfortunately, my knowledge of parkour is beyond your understanding.
The parkour villain—
Fucking hell, that's a good ass voice. Ah! Trauma bonding. Stop.
didn't even look surprised that I attacked him with 360s. Oh no, what did I get myself into? I wasn't prepared for this. The parkour villain built a chest jump. And the worst part is he did a 360. That's impossible. I thought I was the only one who could do 360s. My attack was erased. It was all up to me to build a harder jump now. The
I'm
worst
pure
part about
as
this fight is
fuck,
that we weren't on an even battlefield. If this was an ordinary fighting space, I would try the longest parkour combo I could do. But I don't have that option now. I just have to do one very hard jump. And that very hard jump is gonna be the 3-block diagonal 360. I went for one of the hardest 360s I've ever done, and I made it. I still had a chance. But then, out of nowhere, I took damage. The jump I built wasn't harder than the jump he built, and I lost the attack.
just as I expected.
The villain was looking inside of the chest, and I knew something was wrong.
Your downfall was your inability to risk everything you had.
Risk everything I had? But that's when I noticed I had nothing. Every single thing I had in my inventory was gone. No water bucket, no blocks to fight with. And that's when I knew the parkour villain stole all of them when he attacked me with the chest jump. This fight was over, and I lost. So that's it then, right? You have all of my blocks, I can't fight back. How are you even gonna get home?
These boots are the only way out of here.
I don't know.
You could have left any time you wanted. I suppose it was your destiny to deliver them to me.
Why aren't you attacking me? Why don't you just finish the job already?
The old man isn't around anymore, and the only one left to pay for his sins is you. I want you to know what it's like to suffer, to waste away here for years, to be forgotten, just like I was. Only when you were on your last breath.
God, I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees begging. Begging for him to talk more. Just keep talking. I'm on my knees. Please. 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 Just keep on talking. That's the good shit. Suffer, yes, please. Suffer by your hands? Fuck yes.
I will return to finish the job.
The parkour villain turned around and jumped into the air, disappearing. This was the end. The champion boots were the only way back to parkour civilization. Now I'm stuck here with nothing, and there's no one left to stop him.
Just like I remembered it. And now it's mine.
Oh, well, here we are. This is my last chance to save parkour civilization. I have to be the one to summon the parkour god. Apparently, nobody has ever successfully summoned him before, but I've met him. I know he's real, and I just need him to come back one more time. Because, let's face it, I destroyed the world. I let one of the most evil parkour villains escape, and death and destruction follow him everywhere he goes. I thought I was the champion of parkour, but my parkour abilities were nothing compared
When
to the
did this become a first? The moment he started talking. The moment this jester started talking, I gave up on the entire fucking plot. He's kidnapped the baby. Correct. But he's a smooth talker.
Were villains. I was completely humiliated, like I was just another parkour noob, and all I could do was sit and watch as the villain took all of my blocks and escaped back to parkour civilization. And I was left here to suffer, just like the villain did all of these years. In all of my time in parkour civilization, I've never experienced defeat like this. I mean, it only took one jump for the parkour villain to take every block I had. It was like he knew every move I was gonna do, and all I could do was just sit there and watch. I started grabbing every block that I could. Yes, it's true, I may be stuck here forever, but my friend is still in the middle of a parkour battle. If I gather enough blocks, maybe he'll have enough resources to win. I just need these to not fall in the void. Okay.
Rest
well,
in
I guess
peace,
2
wooden
chests
planks.
is all I have. Alright, so basically, my friend is gonna have to win the parkour battle in one attack. And of course, that is, if he's even alive still. I started making my way back to the parkour temple. Fortunately, when I got there, I saw that my friend was still floating over the void. I didn't have a plan. I was gonna have to use the 2 chests and improvise. But that's when I remembered, this wasn't my only option. There might be a way to get more blocks. I almost forgot that I had an ally. We got separated when I fell into Siwat's trap, but he still should be alive. I went to the place where my ally was going to find Siwat, and I found him standing in the middle of the battlefield. Hey, are you alright, man? What happened here?
It was an ambush. I thought I would find Siwat here, but all I found was a fight. I barely survived, but I have nothing left. No more blocks to fight with.
Well, that answered my question. The only other place I know of blocks is at the very top of the parkour temple, but I don't have a water bucket anymore. It's just too risky. If only I could get the parkour god to come back and help us out or something. Other than that, I have no ideas.
Wait, you might be onto something. If you actually believe you can summon the parkour god, then follow me.
Wait, I was kind of joking, but alright. I started to follow the parkour fighter. At first, I thought we were going back to the library, but then I realized he was going further than that. A few moments later, we arrived at a building, and I saw a giant statue of the parkour god. The parkour fighter said that people would come to this building to try to get their prayers answered by the parkour god. Okay, so you said people would come here all the time, and they just summoned the parkour god?
People would come here, yes, but no one has been able to summon the parkour god. Apparently, the last jump you need to do is to jump into the void, and no one was willing to.
Great, so I have to die to summon the parkour god. Well, I mean, I'm stuck here forever, so it's either die now or die later.
If you do choose to go for it, good luck. I'm gonna go look for more blocks. It's been nice knowing you.
Okay, if I didn't know any better, I would say that his tone sounds
Well,
like he thinks
Neverite
I'm
is
not
the
coming
most
back.
powerful. It
So,
makes
from
sense
what
for
I
a
know,
god.
no one has been able to summon the parkour god because of the last jump in this course. But I have some idea that it might be different for me. Back in Parkour Civilization, no one even thought the parkour god really existed. But I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He gave me the champion boots to save the world. He came back before to save my life, and maybe he'll do it one more time. And who knows, maybe if he does show up, he'll give me blocks, and he'll show me a way out of here. I just have to make sure not to miss a single jump before I even get to the summoning part. I barely made 2 3.5 block vertical jumps, and now I had to do, of course, water parkour. You know, you would think jumping into the void would be enough, but no. Instead, I have to not die accidentally, and then I have to die on purpose. How does that make any sense? When I first arrived on this level of civilization, I was forced to do water jumps to escape. And now, hopefully, this is the last time I'll be doing water jumps. I made the last jump, and I was standing at the base of the parkour god statue. A few feet in front of me stood a door, and when I walked up to it, it opened, just like all of the parkour temple doors did. I walked inside the room, and I saw nothing. All that was inside this room was a giant hole in the middle of the floor. And of course, it went straight to the void. And this is the part when I began to realize
Time
that
to
I
die.
think my ally was telling the truth. Unless I could somehow miraculously make a 5-block jump, it seems pretty clear that the only thing to do here is to jump straight into the void. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Alright, parkour god, if you're listening, please send me some help. I backed up and I jumped into the hole with no blocks below me. But just as I was about to enter the void, I felt my feet hit slime blocks and I bounced up onto a ladder. Okay, that was not what I was expecting to happen. I didn't know how I was still alive. The blocks just appeared out of nowhere. Well, okay, if the parkour god's advice was to stop me from jumping into the void, I guess I got help. But I soon realized that my prayers were answered. Standing in front of me was a familiar figure, wearing diamond boots.
You know, it doesn't take much to convince you to jump into the void. You should really think these things through.
No.
I don't get it. How are you standing there? I saw you die. How is this possible?
You asked the parkour god for help, so he sent me.
The parkour god heard me.
You look like you've been through a lot. Let's talk.
So it is true then. You removed this entire level of civilization just to imprison the parkour villain? I mean, wasn't there any other way to stop him?
The only other way was to beat him in a parkour race, and I couldn't. So instead, I had to deal with the consequences of my actions my entire life. I'm sorry, Evbo.
It's fine. I actually understand. There was nothing you could do. I mean, if anyone's to blame in this situation, it's me. I was the one who let him out. Everyone in Parkour Civilization would have been fine if I wasn't so reckless. And now I lost my champion boots. Those were the only ticket out of here.
You may not have your champion boots anymore, but there is still a way out of here.
I can go home? Tell me how. You know what they say, sometimes jumping in the void can save your life. I mean, no one has said that before, but in this case, it might have just saved mine. I have a way back to Parkour Civilization, but first, I just need to get my friend out of this parkour battle. I walked up to my friend expecting to see the parkour fighter waiting with his attack, but he wasn't here. What's going on? Where is the guy that attacked you?
You're not gonna believe this, but he fell in the void. From what I can see, he's never coming back, but the problem is that his attack still stands, and I'm at half a heart.
The parkour fighter fell into the void during a battle, but even if he's gone, his attack might hit you if you don't do a harder jump.
Exactly. So that means the only way I can get out of this is if you build me a jump that's harder than the attack.
Alright, I got very limited blocks, so it's time to do some parkour analysis. I'm not gonna lie, this jump is going to be hard. The parkour fighter attacked you with a 3.5 block vertical jump. Okay, that's not great news, but I think we might just be able to work with this. I placed down one of the chests. Now, my friend could do a 3.5 block diagonal downwards jump. Okay, we still have a problem. Your jump is going downwards, and that attack is going upwards, which means yours is still easier. I don't see how I could use the other chest I have to build a harder jump, so that means you're not gonna like this. You have to do a 360.
No way, man. I can't do a 3.5 block diagonal 360. Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, this is the only way. You have to make this to survive.
Oh, I never thought it would end like this, but at least I'll go out doing a 360.
There was nothing more I could do at this point. All I could do was watch.
I wish you never made 360s.
I watched as my friend jumped and made the 360 onto the chest. For the first time in days, both me and my friend were safe.
The wholesome Yowie persists. Let's fucking go! Now we need to worry about the fact that the jester has kidnapped the baby. The jester has kidnapped the baby. What do we do?
Let's go! See? Not that hard. I knew you could do it. My friend was saved, and now there was only one thing left to do, and that was return to parkour civilization.
I didn't find any blocks, but it looks like you didn't need them anyways. So what happens now?
I may have a way back to parkour civilization, and the way back was in front of us the whole time. The old man told me there would be a room behind the champion statue inside the parkour temple, just like the secret room back in parkour civilization. Sure enough, the room was here, and it was nothing except for 5 parkour jumps. The old man apparently made this as a last resort.
So you're jumping in the void on purpose?
Apparently, and surprisingly for the second time today. The old man said that only by failing the 4th jump will I be able to make it back to parkour civilization. I gave my friends the blocks that I had. I would be going on this journey alone, so they were better off in their hands than mine. From their perspectives, they won't know if I had died or made it back home, so all they could do was just wait for me. My friend gave me his last piece of food to take on my journey. If I was gonna die in the void, I might as well not die on an empty stomach. Alright, let's jump into the void for the second time today. I'm really hoping I remembered the old man's words correctly. It was the 4th jump, wasn't it? Of course, there's nothing down there to let me know if I'm in the right spot or not. Wait, maybe it wasn't the 4th jump. Maybe it was the 5th.
This is my goldfish brain in a nutshell. I can't even be mad at him. This is something I'd be doing. I'd just be like, oh god, which number was it again? Fuck! It's been like 5 minutes! How did I forget already?
Oh man, why am I forgetting now? This was quite literally the only thing I had to remember. If I die and the entire world gets destroyed because I couldn't remember one number, well, I guess no one would know it was me, right? Okay, I just gotta choose one. I think it's number 4. This was it. This was the only way back. And the only way back was to fail a jump. Let's just hope I fail the right one. I was falling through the void, but then I felt ground under my feet. When I jumped, I thought my journey was over, but I soon realized that there was more to my story. I was standing in the place where my journey first began. This was my home, parkour civilization, and I was gonna be the one to save it again.
Fucking hell.
Today could very well be my last day in parkour civilization. If I want to save the world, I'll have to risk everything. I was the one who let the parkour villain escape, and if he gets his hands on the
and
command
he kidnapped
blocks,
your
he'll
baby.
be able to destroy the world. So, plan A, I cannot let him get to the top of parkour civilization. But it was at that moment I realized my plan might have already been over. I was down at the noob level of parkour civilization, but no matter where I looked, I saw nothing. Every building that used to be here was just gone. I could tell by the holes in the ground that a neighborhood used to be here. This was the neighborhood where I grew up in, and it's all gone. I knew that this only meant one thing. The parkour villain has already made it to the top and is using the command blocks to reshape parkour civilization. Oh man, this is not
He cares
good.
more about the civilization than his own daughter.
Oh, plan A is out the window. It's time to start thinking of a new one. It's crazy to think that my entire life started in this temple. If I had never failed this 1 block jump at the beginning, I don't think I would have become the parkour champion that I am today. I might have just lived my life as a parkour pro, comfortable and happy. But where would be the fun in that? At least now I get a near-death experience every 5 minutes, and credit for saving the world. Hopefully twice if I pull this one off. I made it up to the pro level of Parkour Civilization. I looked around and nothing seemed different, except for the fact that, well, the statue didn't have my head anymore. Alright, I'm gonna guess that was a personal design choice by the parkour villain himself. Just like the noob layer, everything I remember from the pro layer was gone. Except this layer was different, and now there were buildings that I've never seen before. This is the spot where all of the pro houses should be, but now there's just one platform with parkour jumps on it. And not only that, the parkour jumps are identical to each other. This one
with that goldfish memory would be cool. Do I need to pay for that game?
wasn't just a fight, this was a
I've never heard
parkour
of
race.
it.
I thought back to what the parkour villain said. He said that he wanted to enlighten the world with his new form of parkour. If I had to guess, I would say he did just that. All of the buildings surrounding the platform looked like prisons, but after checking every one of them, there was no one inside of them. No one was here. I couldn't help but think of two terrible ideas of what happened. Either one, the parkour villain wiped out every pro by himself, or two, he made the parkour pros fight each other. No matter what happened, the fact remains that the prison cells are empty, so that leaves me to believe that the pros are gone. But that doesn't mean that the parkour masters are. If the outcomes I believe happened were true, it makes sense. The parkour pros wouldn't stand a chance against the parkour villain, but the parkour masters know how to fight. And if they can fight, maybe there's a chance that they've been able to stay alive. I made it up to the master level of civilization. Only one more layer and bro, really? My statue got destroyed again? Alright, once I get my hands back on the command blocks, I gotta build like 50 of those. Even though I was on the master level of civilization, everything looked exactly the same as the layer below. The entire parkour city I worked so hard to make was completely wiped out, and once again replaced with a platform that had parkour race courses on it. I looked around but didn't see anybody, but that's when I realized that these prisons were different than the layer below. All of these prison cells still had doors on them. The masters might still be alive.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
Standing directly behind me was the parkour
Hi. Oh my god, your voice is so hot. Hi. Don't call me out like that, egg.
villain himself.
I can only imagine you escaped with the help of the parkour god. That is quite unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting the fight to get here so soon, but here it was. It's time to risk everything to save parkour civilization.
Shut up, Evo.
Let's parkour race. This course right here.
I'm afraid not.
Wait, what? Why not? So now you're too scared to fight? What happened to all the stuff you were saying about willing to risk everything? Sounds to me like you think you're gonna lose.
You of all people should know that course is below people like you and I. If I were to race you, the course would be terrifying. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the command blocks to wipe you out for good. You can try to stop me, but it looks like your hands are full.
The parkour villain wasn't even gonna fight me. He was just gonna wipe me out with the command blocks. What did he mean when he said it looks like my hands are full? But at that moment, I heard something, and I looked over at one of the prison cells. One of the doors had opened, and standing in the doorway was a parkour master. He started jumping towards me. Hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What happened to all the other parkour masters? Are they still alive?
I'm sorry, Evbo, but the new champion has ordered me to race you in this parkour course.
He ordered you to race me? Why would you do that?
If I don't, he'll race me himself, and I don't want to end up like the others.
Then don't, okay? Look, as soon as you challenge me to a parkour race, one of us will die, and you're not gonna beat me, so why don't you just give me time to defeat the parkour villain, and then we'll all be okay. Just don't challenge me, and trust me, I can do this.
I'm sorry, Evbo, but racing you seems like my best option to stay alive.
No, the sadomasochist was an alien. That is not an alien.
Challenge you to a parkour race. And just like that, after those words were said, I could do nothing. Both of us were locked into a parkour race, meaning once one of us finishes the course, the other one will die, no matter what. This is exactly what the parkour villain wanted. He introduced this illegal form of parkour, and now he gets to watch and laugh as I fight to the death with the people that I'm trying to save. The worst part is that the parkour villain knows that these parkour masters are no match for me. All he wants is to watch me suffer as I eliminate my friends. After doing the last 2 neo jumps, I knew the parkour race was over. Part of me wanted to just stop right here before the last jump and let the parkour master win, but I knew I couldn't. If I ended ended my journey right here, then no one would be able to stop
He's
the
green.
parkour villain, and many more lives would be lost. After I made the final jump of the parkour
Goodbye.
race, the parkour master was gone, and the fight was over. But the fight against the parkour villain hadn't even begun. If I don't get to the top of parkour civilization quickly enough, the villain will use the command blocks to delete me from this world, and I'll have no chance to save these people. Which means there's no time to waste. The last time I saved the world, I actually had a plan. But now I have no plan, no blocks to fight with, and I just realized I have no way up to the top. Oh, I'm so done for. I didn't even realize that my champion boots were gone, and only the parkour champion can see the path up to the top. But that doesn't mean it's not here. Oh no, I have a really bad idea. Okay, I'm 99% sure this is where the first jump starts. If I get this wrong, well, it was a good life. I jumped into the air expecting to be falling, but I wasn't. The path to the top of parkour civilization was here. I just couldn't see it without my champion boots on. If this idea didn't work, saving the world would have been impossible. But now, it's just slightly less impossible. Oh man, I have to do so many invisible jumps. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Only thing I could do was rely on my memory of the parkour course up to the top. Luckily, I've made this journey numerous times over the course of my life, but still, jumping on invisible blocks is very much not preferred. Only a few more jumps and I was inside the
memory
parkour
is
temple.
far
But
better
with
than
how
mine. I
long
would have
this
just
journey's been
given
taking,
up,
I feel like
accepted
I could
fate.
be deleted in any second. After all, the
Become
parkour
his
villain
bitch,
does
I don't
specialize
know.
in racing. I made the final jump and I was inside the parkour temple. With no sign of the parkour villain, I can only assume he made it to the top, which means this could be the end for me. Well, if I randomly disappear, I guess I get to add an invisible parkour course to my list of accomplishments. But I wasn't gone yet. I scaled the temple until I was at the very top. He must be on the command blocks, right? There's no way he... Wait, what is that? On the other side of the parkour temple, there was some structure built, and the parkour villain was waiting for me. So, I take it there's a reason I'm still alive? What, did you want to get one last supervillain monologue before you use the command blocks to wipe me out?
I was never going to defeat you like that. I just needed you to follow me. Now, you will experience the true pain of a parkour race.
I now realized what the structure in front of me was. It was a parkour race, and it would be my last chance to save parkour civilization. Some part of me was relieved, because if I was gonna be deleted by the command blocks, well, I had no plan to stop that. But now, the course of action is simple. Win the parkour race.
This is without a doubt the most difficult race in parkour history. I want you to feel the sense of dread as you watch me get closer and closer to the finish line, knowing no matter how hard you try, you will never catch up to me. I commend you for making it this far, but I cannot entertain this any longer. Let's begin.
Please.
This was it.
Please
the hardest
keep talking,
parkour race
sir.
in history against one of the most fearsome parkour fighters
Please
of all
just keep
time. There's
talking.
nothing to save me now.
Please
Miss one
keep
jump and it's
talking.
over. Make the jump slower than the parkour villain and I die. Meaning I can't hold anything back in this fight. Maybe I'm not good enough to beat the parkour villain, but someone once told me that as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. The parkour race had begun. I did the first 3 jumps without stopping, but the parkour villain had matched my speed. This race was only gonna get more difficult, and the only way I could get a lead on the parkour villain is by doing the most difficult jumps with virtually no stopping. I barely stayed on after the ice block jump, and now it was time for a chain neo, which the parkour villain did effortlessly. I made the chain neo myself and made the drop down to the ladder. It was time to speed things up. I made a 4.5 block jump into a 6.5 block jump onto a candle. Now was my time to take the lead. I quickly made the 2 block neo jump and immediately went onto the glass jumps. The parkour villain told me I lost the battle with him before because of my inability to risk everything I had. But right now, in this battle, I wasn't holding anything back. I stopped at a difficult neo jump. I needed momentum for this. I looked back and I had a sizable lead against the parkour villain. I could do this. I went backwards 1 jump and used the momentum to make the 3 block neo jump. This was my time. This was my... And that's when my heart dropped.
Insert love
The
eyes.
feeling of hope I
Shut
had in this battle came
up.
and went in seconds. My side of the parkour battle wasn't finished, and the end to the race was just a few jumps away. I was set up from the beginning. The parkour villain never intended on me finishing this race. He got what he wanted, and that was to make me suffer. All I could do from this point on was watch as my life slowly came to an end. This was how...
His side wasn't finished. So wouldn't that mean either 2 things? That he won his race because he got to the end? Or the race doesn't even count to begin with because different ending places, you know? It doesn't count. The fuck? Anyway, keep jumping.
Oh, I was gonna go out. In a few jumps, the parkour villain would make it to the platform, and my life would cease to exist. To be honest, with everything that's happened in my life, I didn't think I would make it this far. With every battle and every parkour course I've had to do, I always thought that a jump would be my last. And you know what? I've made some pretty impossible jumps, which is why I'm not gonna leave Parkour Civilization by just standing still. I'm gonna end this journey with one final jump.
And he did.
So, this is what the end feels like. Wow, feels weird. It feels like I'm still alive. No, but I'm probably dead, right? Yeah, I'm definitely dead. I mean, I jumped into the void. How would I not be dead?
You are very
Yeah,
much
he's just standing there menacingly.
still alive.
In that moment, I heard a voice that I've heard one time in my life before. It was the voice of the parkour god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say I'm alive? Wait, how is that even possible?
Why did you jump?
Why did I jump?
You knew there was no block to land on, yet you jumped anyways.
It's the
I don't
cookie
know.
god.
I mean, I had no options.
It's the
and
cookie
didn't you hear
parkour
my
god.
inner monologue? I kind of wanted that to be my last jump in Parkour Civilization.
That's not it. You were prepared to sacrifice your life for Parkour Civilization. And perhaps I should do the same.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parkour God, but if I'm still alive, does that mean there's still a way I can go back and save the world?
You may leave anytime you want. Just fail a jump and you can go back.
I can go back and save everyone. Thank you, Parkour God. I promise I won't waste this chance.
So eager to leave already? I guess my golly words are of no value to you.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I thought you were done. Please continue.
Throughout my life, I have never bothered to interfere with the events of Parkour Civilization. I was afraid of what might happen if I were to introduce my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world. Didn't you interfere then?
I was merely a messenger. The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was deliver them.
So why tell me all of this, and why bring me here?
Because I have found my successor. You have convinced me that there are those in this world worthy of wielding my power, and you will continue my legacy by inheriting this power and passing it on to future generations.
Whoa, okay, hold on. You said I will inherit your power? What power is that?
You will become Parkour.
I'm sorry, did you just say...
You will become Parkour. You won't become the Parkour god. You won't become the Parkour anything. You will just be Parkour. I was expecting because I am your father. No! No!
Become Parkour? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, become
I'm
Parkour.
a godly figure that rarely shows up. I'm not supposed to make any sense.
Parkour!
And just like that,
he
the
did.
Parkour god vanished into thin air.
He
I'm
did.
gonna inherit the Parkour god's power? What does this even mean? Okay, I guess now's not the time to think about it too much. All that matters now is that I can finish this race and save the world. From the beginning, I've always had to jump to survive. And well, I'm still jumping.
I deafen everyone.
Oh,
Yo,
how did
there
I
goes
just do
his
that?
shoulder.
Did the Parkour god just put the ladder here for me? Oh, I am still alive. I'm still alive. How is this possible? Wait, netherite boots? No, I'm the one who made the ladder.
What? That's impossible.
No, it is definitely possible. Now, let's see how this works. All right, just places I go. This is what
Turning
parkour
on my
should feel
volume
like.
down. You
Okay,
expected
what do we have
this.
here? I think I can build all that. I can see the finish line. I'm not giving up now. Come on, just 5 more jumps. Let's do this.
Free bird. Oh my god, he's dead.
Oh, it's over. Oh my gosh, it's over.
He kidnapped your baby and now he dead. The hot jester is dead. No. Aww, the hot jester's dead. Depression. Anyway, are you actually gonna give a shit about your daughter? Because he kidnapped your baby. Are you just gonna chill with your baby now?
Oh, that one really came down to the wire. I kind of wish someone saw that 360 at the end. That was kind of cool. Oh, my body is sore. My shoulder kind of hurts from that ladder clutch. Should it be hurting? I thought I'm the parkour god now. I feel like I shouldn't be able to feel pain. Can I even die?
You're on speaker, by the way. I forgot my earphones. Have I just been on speaker this entire time? Hot character's dead, guys. Show's over. I know, it's depressing. Have I just been on speaker this entire time for you? Yes. Pussy, 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 dick, balls, cock, shove it up the ass, pussy. Never tell me. Word of advice. Never tell me you're on speaker. I will take advantage of it in the stupidest way possible. Pussy, 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 pussy. Pussy, 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 pussy. I will, like, I'll just start blasting cupcake songs. I'll just start blasting cupcake music. I'm a goose now. Oh, I'm a silly little goose. Look at me, I'm a silly little goose.
Should I test it out right now? No, that's a terrible idea. I should not test that out.
Man, why do the command blocks have to be a 4-block jump?
It's not that.
Oh, he's the champion now. That's adorable. His bestie is a champion now.
Hard. Come on, you'll get used to it. Besides, you're the new parkour champion. You should be doing that in your sleep. Alright, let's see how this attempt went. Nope, he still messed it up again. Okay, so this time you built barely half a house, and it's also like 50 blocks up in the air. That's fine, don't sweat it. Not everyone gets it on their first try.
I don't get it. I'm thinking of a house, and it's not building the house. Why are these things so hard to use?
Yeah, it's more of an imagination thing. I don't know, you just gotta think harder. I mean, I got it on my first try.
Yeah, of course you did, bro. So, what are you gonna do now that the world doesn't need saving anymore? What are you supposed to do as the parkour god?
That's the thing. I don't have to do anything. If the world needs saving, I'll be there to save it. But for now, I just want to parkour. I've been a parkour noob. I've been a parkour pro. I've been a master. And I've been a parkour champion. And every one of those roles came with expectations about where I should go or what I should do. But now, the only one to decide those things for me is myself. So, all I'm gonna do is parkour. And if that leads me back to saving parkour civilization again, then so be it. From now on, the only path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps.
And then he just teleported away and fucking died. Anyway, my point still stands. The hot jester is now dead. The show is over. Depression ensues. Well, the baby is no longer kidnapped though, so I take that as a win. Imagine Dragons start playing.